Nick Walthall, David Zuckman here for ABA Poker. It's Magic Monday, folks. That's right.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, look at these hands.
Kings are good. We are heads up. The double elimination. I love double KOs. Whoa.
No, he calls and it's going to be over.
I've got a keyword giveaway, Nick.
This is for another $109 ticket.
We're going to go with Madrid.
Type Madrid in chat. Type it. Wants to win.
There's a ticket. Oh, Banfield had a big one.
Oh,
Banfield.
The Jillians.
Oh, wow. What a run out.
My God.
Hello and welcome to yet another Magic Monday. And today on Magic Monday, we're talking avocados. That's right, folks. It is Nick's nightmare. Nick Walthall, David Zuckman here. No, we're not talking that. We're talking baloney, though. Aaron Barone. Get it? Yeah. He is at the final table, everybody. Pretty exciting stuff. We've got a normal giveaways. We've got free rolls for you. And, well, as you can see, the normal antics. I'm on today, so watch out.
David's had a good night's sleep. There's just trouble for everybody. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Welcome to another Magic Monday. I'm excited because we've got Aaron Barone at the feature table. We will biasedly root for him, but also we'll learn a little bit, I think, because he's one of the best MTT grinders in the world. So if he makes decisions on a certain stack depth, you can start by thinking, okay, that's what you do, and then work out why he did it.
Right. Yeah, it's like you read the last page of the book and you go, oh, okay, this makes sense. You know, right. He is a really good poker player. There's no question about it. We've got an all-in right out of the gate here, and Aaron is going to call this if it gets to him. We'll see. The open is from Aaron. We got an all-in, another all-in. The sevens will go away. Aaron will not get involved now. And it'll be tens versus ace-jack for a bounty. There is a $1,000 bounty left, by the way.
Woo. Lovely.
Aaron considering it, but I don't think he really is.
Well, he is because the short stack is so short that it's almost like this means that Zuck would do this a bit weaker, doesn't it? Because he's trying to isolate.
Tens versus ace-jack. Tens in the lead. Oh, and look at that.
Aaron is so bad at poker. I've always said it. How do you not know when the seven's coming?
He would have made his full house.
Idiot.
What a I mean, by the way, he'd be the chip leader right now.
God. He overthought it.
Yeah. Mateo Essa is gone in 8th place. Zook takes home the bounty. Mateo, by the way, picked up some good bounties, had $1,652 in bounties already, and then made $753 for 8th place. So all in, you do the math, and it's about $2,400.
Not bad. Reminding you, this is a $109 buy-in tournament, so that is a very nice return.
What's up, everybody? How are you? Lime Ricky in the chat. Give her some love. Andy Rednick, Tower, Parabellum, get him on us. I Gregorius, Yayoav, Leo Gygek, all of you in the chat. We have 5 $109 tickets to give away during the show. Then we have 2 giving away after the show during the Wheel of Justice. Don't know what the Wheel of Justice is? It's awesome.
It's awesome.
And we've got a clash. Barone with the Queens and Jagerpush with Ace King.
Do we get to watch Aaron for 2 minutes or most of the final table? That's what we're about to find out.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, they are not super deep. Like, Aaron's the effective stack. He's 42 bigs deep, but it's Queens versus Ace King.
Yeah, I mean, it's Queens. Sorry. So a raise, a 3-bet, a 4-bet.
Yeah, that was the decisive action there from Yukari. If Yukari'd slow played that or something, this could have gone differently, but we're going to see all the money in now, I think.
Yeah, Yukara push, by the way, could have actually just called that. I mean, it was a raise and a 3-bet. You don't need to 4-bet Ace King. You certainly reasonable too.
You can't be wrong is the thing, isn't it?
No, like I said, I think it's fine. And Aaron is actually kind of deciding what to do here from an ICM perspective. He has got to put it in there. It is Queens, and there's the ace. Are you kidding me?
Oh, Aaron. Why did he die? He's died, David.
Okay, well,
Our
as Nick said,
one.
If you really watch Aaron Barone's play, you can learn a lot.
Yeah. He was worth $500. Do you know what? Aaron to me is priceless, but today it was $500. They put an actual price on it.
Wow, there you go. So Jagerpush, by the way, picks up the $500 bounty. Aaron Barone, unfortunately, the GOAT, is gone in 7th place. Obviously very disappointed. He'll take home $1,292 in bounties, an additional $1,000 in 4 with 7th place. So all in about $2,400 as well. If he had just called the 7s.
like a pro should have done. You know, how do you not know when there's a 7 coming? Good run from him. And obviously, for those that don't know, coming off a deep run in the World Series of Poker main event. So we're all very proud of him at 888. Fantastic run by him. Yeah,
and I had the privilege and pleasure of commentating on him in, I want to say, day 2. Yeah, it was day 2 action. And I got to commentate on him for the last, say, 2.5, 3 hours when he joined the feature table. And he played really, really well.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
He's very strong. Very strong player. Not anymore. He's dead in terms of this final table, and we will never speak of him again.
I just think it's funny you were like, hey, this is going to be a treat. We get to really kind of watch a good player play and see how he navigates. Raise full 7s and then just call off with queens and go home.
Turns out the best players in the world still have to win with queens versus ace king. That doesn't change. Doesn't change.
That is a great. Let me write that down. Okay.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are.
No matter how good.
You have to win your flips.
That is a constant in tournament poker.
Meanwhile, by the way, we now have an overwhelming chip leader. Jagerpush with 5.1 million, which is almost 100 big blinds right now. And we're down to 6. He's picked up 10s here. We should get another confrontation on this one. Yep, there's the raise from Zaharoka.
Zakaroka.
Yeah, that's it. Well done.
Cool screen name.
There's the all-in. What a dream. Zakaroka picks up the aces and Jagerpush, needing a 10. Now, a lot more outs. A 7. Oh, my Gabuba.
That was very unfortunate.
Oh, wow. Needs a 10 to, straight outs and bink. There you go. Jagerpush running hot right now. Ace King versus Queens. He holds. And then 10s versus aces. Wins that one too. And we're down to 5. Nick, I don't want to sound concerned or alarmed.
Don't. Sound cool and sexy.
Okay. Well, then, we're just 8 minutes into our show and we've lost 3 players. Should we be giving away, or at least thinking about giving away, some tickets?
No, don't worry about it. Aaron Brony's in the chat. Aaron says, I'm late. Did anything happen? No, we just got rid of the deadwood at the final table. Just got the best players left now. So you've come in at the perfect time.
Well said.
GG's, Aaron. Good run. Sorry that it wasn't more of a run.
My promo, by the way, was, I usually do a promo about the giveaways and the free rolls and all this. My promo, the 12-second clip that they put out there to market the show was all about Aaron Barone. People are going to come 4 minutes late and be like, where's he?
Well, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. He's glad handing in the chat. So, I don't know. Interact with Aaron in our chat. Did you say that? That's going to be the main thing. See, Aaron, he's here. He's here live. You can actually talk to him.
Aaron, I want to discuss to you the 7s fold. I think it was bad.
Did you not see the 7 on the board?
You would have made a full house. You would have picked up 2 bounties, and you would have had over 4 million in chips.
Yeah.
Aaron, it's not a 2-card game. Aaron's pointing out he had 10s, though. It's a 7-card game. You only start with 2/7 of the hand. The next 5 cards change a lot, as you know. You would have hit a 7 and won.
That does sound better than what I have now, says Aaron. That's very funny. It's just a little, no criticism because you're a great player. It's just a little note, something to study, maybe work on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just putting there. Yeah,
that's it.
Aaron with the bro. Just put the fries in the bag. You sure you don't want ketchup? I mean,
that is harsh. Trying to help in a friendly fashion. If you don't already follow Aaron, he's a great streamer as well as a great poker player. So make sure you do that. Lime, I think, has already put the link in chat, but just for completeness, make sure you follow him and watch him stream and learn some stuff. Have some fun.
Jagger push, by the way, with bottom to pair. I mean, I tell you, I feel like Aaron, before the World Series of Poker main event, was open to constructive criticism.
And
now...
Ego. It's changed him. The D-run has changed him. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
It's sad, isn't it, when that happens?
Sometimes fame changes people.
That's right.
It's ugly. Nick Walthall, David Tuckman here for 8 at 8. It is Magic Monday. Aaron Barone, our own, in the chat. And he's looking for non-constructive criticism. So feel free to shoot away, everybody in the chat. Let him know.
No, don't encourage them. Don't say bad things to Aaron. You're not qualified. I like that Michael Scott line. I await your constructive compliments. That's really good.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's what people really want when they ask for feedback, isn't it?
Right. Well, my favorite thing, and I do this all the time when people are like, well, hey, I'm thinking here, but like, hey, listen, I'm not above constructive criticism. I want to know what you guys think. I don't
ever.
Yeah.
Well, you come from the broadcast world and the Hollywood acting world originally, and there is no criticism of any kind. Everything's brilliant all the time.
Well, you either get the job or you don't. I mean, listen, am I hired? Okay, then I did well. Did I keep the job? Cool. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Did we give out the password? It was all very exciting at the start of the show.
I just assumed people knew it. I thought it was pretty obvious.
What, the password?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Like hack it or something? I don't.
No, I just thought it was obvious today. Okay, it's July 28th.
Right.
Right. It's 2888. Heat.
How is that obvious?
It's obvious.
Yes.
I'm sorry you can't figure it out, okay, Nick? I think it's obvious.
Fair enough. I'm not very good at working out passwords. I find that they're designed for secrecy, so I find it tricky to work them out, but other people are better.
You would never be hired by the military to decode something.
For anything. Are you serious?
Or anything, right? You maybe entertain them?
Maybe a recruitment ad.
Ooh.
I'm quite persuasive and smiley. I could do that. Come and maybe get an arm blown off, but with benefits.
There you go. Think? I mean, back in the day, they would bring comedians to the front lines just to entertain the troops, keep morale up.
I can do that. I'm getting more options now. I can cook. Like I think in a war, I could cook.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd eat your food, especially in a war.
Nothing actually military or involving engineering or organizational. Nothing. The military actually needs. Definitely no secret stuff.
Aaron Barone in the chat, guys. Give him a follow. He is really, really good at poker and moderately entertaining. So it's a good combination. And he's a good guy. So we like him. Let's see if we want to get a value bet here from the King 5. As you all know, value bets turn me on. And I think this is a pretty clear value bet. You might get called by ace high. I think you get called by a 3 or a 4 for sure. Get called by worse 5s. I think players just afraid of, like, I don't know what. especially when hearts miss and you have hearts, it's more likely your opponent has ace high or a pair of fours or a pair of threes. And I think on that particular run out, king five is just like absolutely good.
I'd love to comment on the hand, but I'm following arguments in chat.
Oh, guys, be nice to him.
People are trying to tell Aaron how to play poker, which is very, very funny to me. This only happens in poker. This is the only thing it happens in. You wouldn't like, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't have like Djokovic in chat about tennis and go, you know, when you lost the final, you know, you should have won.
I call bullshit. Yeah, it happens in poker, but it also happens. Come on, you're an NFL fan. How many Monday morning quarterbacks are there questioning like, what is this guy doing here? What kind of throw is that into double coverage?
That is very true. and remarkable. And in the UK, we have this phenomena. I'm trying to think about American NFL coverage, but in the UK, we have like mediocre ex-players criticizing the best players and the best teams. And they're like, their career was like, it's all right.
Right. I will point out, I don't believe there have been some players and some fans that'll be like, well, if you didn't play the game at a very, very high level, then you can't be an analyst. And I think that's completely wrong. In fact,
what are we talking about? We're talking about sport, poker.
Sport and poker for that matter. I don't think you need to, you know, I mean, listen, I am not one of the greatest tournament players of all time. I'm not, you know, but I think I know enough at the game that I can be an analyst in this game. You know enough that Aaron should have clearly called with the sevens when there was a seven coming. Right. Joking around. Yes. I mean, listen, it was just, but I think that you start to go down and you set a dangerous precedent when you're like, if you're not one of the best footballers, then you shouldn't be, you know, talking about other players. You know, I just think it's like, wait, what? Well, it depends whether you're analyzing or you're criticizing, because criticizing is easy, isn't it? Like literally any person can be a Monday morning quarterback. Anyone can go, well, you shouldn't have called there because he had the nuts. So that was stupid. That was stupid. Anyone could go, well, you've thrown into double coverage there. That was stupid. Like, that is so easy. Analyzing is totally different to me. So they're two different things. Right, but if you're analyzing, aren't you? If you're analyzing, I mean, yeah, if you're making stupid critique, if you're analyzing, at the end of the day, you are kind of, in a weird way, offering some criticism. J.S. Moore brings up a point, says, you know, some of the greatest players, some of the best coaches aren't necessarily the greatest players. And in fact, you look at like, you know, the greatest athletes out there still have coaches who clearly weren't as good as them. This is a completely different topic, though. Like, I think that's absolutely right, but it's a different topic because coaching is different again to playing, right? Yes, absolutely. So, but whereas I think commentating, like with a mic, or being an analyst in sport or whatever, you have like the bully pulpit. There's no right of reply, is there? So I think like we always have to be very careful that we're not saying, especially when it's a good player of anything, and you're going, not you, someone is going, well, they shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. It's like, yeah. Okay. Right. Especially, well, the dumb obvious ones. I'll bring up the only thing I'll bring up here. We got an interesting hand, and if the hand develops, we'll turn our attention to it. When I was covering the NFL, American football for Sky Sports many years ago, I was on there as an analyst, not, you know. And how about Top Set? That's pretty. I was on there as an analyst, and we would often have former NFL players on the show with me, and I would say 95% of the time, even more, I really got on with the NFL players, and we would chat and we'd talk about it. And, you know, I could tell they respected my knowledge of the game a little. But there was one particular moment where I had a player on there, and I brought something up about some player. And I don't know if he knew the player or was friends with the player or whatever it was. He took an offense to the fact that I would even say something about this particular player. And he's like, well, Tuckman, you didn't play the game, so I don't even know why you're talking.
And what did you say?
Well, I said,
How
listen,
much bigger than you were?
He was a former offensive lineman.
Okay, don't say anything.
I said, you're right.
You're absolutely right.
No, but I just said to him, I said, listen, you could make that argument, and that's fine. I go, but if that's your argument, then there's no point in us. And I said this on the air. I said, there's no point in us ever having a debate, because anytime that you disagree with me, you'll just pull out that card of, well, I played and you didn't.
It's a bit like one of my first jobs was as a financial advisor, and it's a bit like me going, well, if we talk about finance, I've got all the answers because I was once a financial advisor. It doesn't work. It's just subjective experience, isn't it? And you do see this a lot with former players of everything, where their experience is mapped onto everything.
Right.
And it's not a great way to form an opinion. It's not, because it's your subjective experience. With poker, we've got something slightly different, haven't we? Because you can actually analyze a poker hand in a vacuum. It's a little bit different to sport from that point of view.
No, absolutely. But even in poker, I would suggest that the best players are not always the best commentators or the best broadcasters,
No, definitely,
or the best coaches.
No, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean,
so all that says, I want to bring it back full circle here. Despite the fact that Aaron Barone is clearly better than us at poker, Aaron, you, my friend, clearly did not heed the financial advice of our financial advisor here, Nick Rothall. You need to make more money.
That's it. Brilliant.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I wonder what Jagerpush does here with the fours. We got an open with the blind stack. Yep, I was wondering this. I mean, with blind stacks all under 30 big blinds, a pocket pair can really put a lot of pressure on these kind of hands. It's just like, it is a bit of ICM suicide to call off with ace jack. Obviously, we're having a good time with Aaron, and we're joking around with him. He played two hands, both of which pretty much played themselves.
Not according to chat, David.
And chat is never wrong.
Not according to the wisdom of chat. Well, Aaron, wait a minute. This is David talking. David's not speaking for me.
Yeah, and Aaron, I thought you said that. I thought you said if you made day 5 of the World Series Poker main event, you were going to take us to dinner.
I don't know that he said us.
Listen, I was at a bar with him in Vegas, and he said this to me personally.
Okay.
By the way, Easty said it as well, but I was like, yeah, sure, Easty, you'll never make day 5. Just cash and be happy, my friend.
Poor Easty.
I love Easty. It was funny. After day 2, Aaron had fewer chips than Easty, but I was like, okay, if I had to bet on one of them to go deeper, it was absolutely Aaron. Now, I would say this, though. If I had to bet on one of them to cash, it would definitely be Easty.
I see.
Easty might cash the World Series of Poker main event. He might.
Happily, they both did. Happily, they both cashed.
But yet, Easty might, though. He might be one of those guys who cashes like 50% of his main events. Just the way he plays the game from a cash game perspective and how risk adverse he is. I kid you not, he may actually cash the main event like 40, 50% of the time. It's absolute money for him.
Well, he's done very well so far. Aaron says Easty is a younger, more posh-sounding Alan Kessler.
Yeah. Although I'm going to give Easty a little credit. Alan Kessler is still a virgin.
Is he?
I'm fairly certain.
I think, but disclaimer, that's the view of David Tuckman and not
888 or Nick Rothall.
No. I can't believe that's where you went with it.
Well,
I mean, maybe Nick is. He's not here to. We should move on.
We don't want to talk about Nick Eastwood's sex life.
We can neither confirm nor deny anything on any of these topics. We're still 5-handed here. The final table of the 100K Mystery Bounty main event. The free roll's about to start, David Tuckman.
Yes, and it is 28-8-8 heat. As in, we're bringing the heat, baby. 2-8-8-8 heat.
Very soon, we're going to give away some $109 tickets, massive prizes. If you plow through enough chutney on this stream, you will get to some prizes. That's a promise.
Love it.
Absolutely. Still quite a lot of chips in play, of course, because we had 3 early eliminations.
Yeah. Yeah, Jagerpush with a huge stack. And this can certainly go one of 2 ways. I mean, Jagerpush can just dominate while everybody else whittles down. There's huge pay jumps, so huge ICM implications. The next player eliminated will take home just under 2,000. If you can survive the second, though, you'll take home just under 6,000.
I've got an amazing question for Loddon Thinks.
Oh, well.
It's amazing.
Pretty excited about this.
What does Hikari do with the 7s here?
Is that the question?
Yes.
If 7s win here...
In.
No, 7s do not. They do not go there, and we get a full double up, and that's obviously significant to Fever 105. Is that Fever? No, I'm sorry. That's Filey Borg. Fever's in the top left corner. Filey Borg, who came to this final table 5th in chips. This is their first final table of 2025, by the way. See if they can close the deal somehow.
Not a first half of the year to remember, but it could be in the second half.
There you go. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That's what I tell my... Anyway, should we give away... Should we give away?
Have I ever told you about a mountain avocado? Let's talk about that.
That's much safer as a topic. Although both involve a nice pear. See, that was genius. That was very fast. Avocado is a pear. You're welcome, planet. Let's give away some $109 tickets.
Let's do it. How do we get how could we possibly do it? I mean, we've got lots of people watch the show. How do we do it in a completely unfair way?
Yeah, we're going to do it in an unfair way. We've found the stupidest, most convoluted way to give away $109 tickets. There's no 2 ways about that. We're going to play Loddon Thinks, except it is what does David think or what does Nick think. We'll ask each other a question. You have to guess what the person asked will come up with as their answer. Not the actual real-world answer, but what the other person is going to think of. Do you want me to ask you a question, David, or do you want to ask me a question?
I'm really excited to hear your greatest amazing question. Okay. I don't want you to forget it.
Okay, so the rules are, I'm going to ask David a question. He's going to guess what he thinks. He's going to make his best guess. You're going to try and guess what he thinks. 1 guess per play. You can only you can play on YouTube chat or you can play on 88 Twitch chat, but only 1 guess per player. Lime runs the contest in chat. She will kick you out. She will ban your ass if you spam the chat. Are you ready for the question, David Sutman?
I am ready.
President Donald Trump is visiting Scotland this week. And he's played golf at his golf courses. He's played 2 rounds of golf. He's been caught on camera cheating at golf several times during his stay. My question to you, David Tutman, is if President Trump didn't cheat at golf, what would be the combined number of shots he'd take for 2 rounds at his Turnberry golf course? If President Trump did not cheat at golf, what would be the combined number of shots he would take for 2 rounds at Turnberry Golf Course if he was playing by the rules, which he does not? Disclaimer, go and look at the videos.
I'm loving some of these people who are in this clearly never played golf, right?
Doesn't matter, does it? Just have a guess. You might win. It's a $109 ticket.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
It's a great question. Come on.
It is a good question. It's a good question. I was worried when you said it there would be too narrow narrow window, but clearly many people in the chat don't think like me.
But also you got to work out how good is he at golf really? I mean,
right. And also, I mean, I've never played Turnberry.
I imagine it's quite difficult. It's a championship links course, so
I mean, yeah.
I've never played it, but I imagine it's not easy.
Right.
Zep missed the question. For those of you coming in late or missed the question, you're trying to guess what David Tupman thinks the answer is to this. President Trump has played 2 rounds of golf in Scotland during his visit this week. He's been caught cheating several times on video. But the question is, if he wasn't cheating and he played golf on the level, how many shots would he take to play 2 rounds of 18 holes at, I think it's Turnbull?
My answer's in.
Dave Tupman's answer is in. 2 closest win $109 tickets.
Yep. I'm seeing answers as high as 900. Yeah, I see a 900 in there, and I see answers as low.
Would be amazing.
I see an answer as high as 900, and I see an answer as low as 25.
Wow. What was Kim Jong-il, the leader of North Korea? What did he claim he shot on his first ever round of golf?
I don't know. What was it?
I'm going to look it up. This was on the national news in North Korea. So he this was on the national news. This is not, like made up. He played the championship course in Pyongyang on his very first golf round of his life. He shot a 38 under, including 11 holes in one. I'm not making this up.
Wow. That is so impressive.
What a talent.
That's seriously. I mean, I don't even know. He's wasting it on leading a country.
Wasting it. He could win so much golf.
So much golf, right? Go be a golfer. You're doing the wrong thing.
Exactly.
Jagerpush is really considering this and does eventually fold the ace high. Nice bluff from Fever. Leo Gygax says that was mini golf. Even a mini golf, that would be really good. I recently played mini golf with my son, and I will say I forgot how much fun that is.
Mini golf's awesome, yeah.
It's so much fun. Like, if it's a good mini golf course, like, it was so much fun playing with him.
Was he good? Kids are sometimes good.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. He's like, he's moderately athletic. He's a pretty athletic kid. It's just, I mean, you hit the ball, It's not like there's like, big lies or anything, and it's so forgiving because if you go past the hole, it just bounces off and back in.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Do the 9s call here? Fever.
They do. Call. There's an ace. This is bad news for Fever. 9-ball corner pocket. Nope, it's the queen on the river. And Philoborg eliminates Fever 105 in 5th place. We're down to 4. How much is Fever's life worth? Not his actual life. His
yeah.
Just his tournament life.
His life in the game.
So I want to make sure people clear. $44.64 over to Filey, and we are 4-handed. Not now, 62, asking for the password. Not now.
We're in the middle of a very, very big contest. $109 tickets up for grabs. It's just closed. We'll have winners for you shortly. Good luck, everybody.
Yep. Free roll has begun. Not now. 62. We'll give you the password. Not now.
Just relax.
Get it? His name is not now, so I'm. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. Well done. Very strong. Very strong.
Not now. The password, very simple. 2888 heat. 2888 heat or 2888 heat. No spaces. That gets you in. $500 in cold hard cash being given away in that one. Go have some fun. Go play some poker. And if we're here long enough, we'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely, we will. Good luck.
BC Cesar says the question was 2 rounds of 18 holes. That's the genius behind these games. It's you have to figure out not only what the question is, but more importantly, you have to figure out how I or Nick or whoever you play the game with, how they interpret the question.
Also true.
Right? Maybe I have no idea what golf is. You have to kind of figure that out.
Hey, look, a bit of creativity, which we haven't seen much of at this final table, but now we've got pretty deep, for a final table of a tournament, pretty deep stacks. And a little bit of a light 3-bet from Fileborge.
BC Cesar asking how I interpret. Well, when we get the answer out, I will let you know.
It's coming. Lines going through the entries. Come on, we'll get there.
We will get there.
It's supposed to be magical, this show, not pressured.
A lot of spades out there. Nobody has a spade. Nobody has a pair.
Nothing going on.
Nope, Jagerpush is just going to just bet, hoping his opponent has nothing. His opponent has nothing. Bougie with the knowledge everybody wants. Golf is flog, spelled backwards. Thank you, Bougie.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff we're looking for here.
Incontrovertible. Check raise from fold. Check raise the chip leader who's betting 100% on this flop. No.
Yeah, the problem with the check raise.
You don't need to. I'm just trying to get some action into it. Like you can just call your ace high, but I'm just trying to get some action going, David.
No. I listen. I don't hate it. I wouldn't even hate it. The good thing about check raising a flop like this is that your opponent very rarely has much. The bad thing about check raising this spot is, what are you check raising with?
Nothing. I was just doing it for fun.
Right.
And that is a very, easy trap to fall into when you play no limit hold'em.
Right.
Getting out of line because you're bored.
It's fun. Oh, we got a cooler here. Jacks versus tens.
Wow, and it's top 2 in chips as well.
Yeah. This is the dream. When you have a short stack, you dream that the 2 players with the most chips get involved in a huge pot.
Absolutely. It's going to depend on the flop because I can't see Fireboard getting crazy here.
Right. I'm just curious. I mean, I imagine
incentive to 4-bet, is there?
No, they call, and now what?
Okay, now it's bad.
I mean, even if they're still behind, they've got a gut shot as well.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they never fold. You can't fold.
I know. Not to 1 bet. I mean, not to this bet. Maybe you fold the turn on a blank.
Yeah, we don't know enough about Yukari, do we? Oh God, it's just gross for Fireboard. This.
Yeah, this is not a spot you want to be in with tens. I mean, it's also one of those really bad. It's like, yeah, you beat ace king, you beat ace queen, but you don't meet much anymore. And look at this. There's the all in, and yikes.
It's one of those horrible spots where you're so exploitable if you fold, but you also sort of have to fold because what are you supposed to do? I mean, Yukari can absolutely be light there, by the way. They know they're the chip leader and they know Fireboard is the second in chips. That's what makes, for all of the boring ICM chat we have to sit through, that's what makes ICM interesting is the leveling and the psychological battle that's involved in these hands.
Yeah, and the I know what you're up to, right? That kind of like, but I can't do anything about it. That was just a really interesting spot because, yeah, they're gonna have a set sometimes. They're gonna have an overpair sometimes. They're also a second spade came on the turn. They could have just picked up a spade draw on the turn. It's just, but at the end of the day, it's are you willing to call off your tournament life when you're second in chips?
Well, obviously, it all starts with their 3-betting range, and the problem is, they can 3-bet wider there because of the ICM situation. So that makes it harder.
By the way,
makes it harder to fold, I should say.
Dujo 1-2-3 is in great shape here. Look at this. Ace Jack versus King Jack. On their stack depth, they should be happy to get it in. And they are. They get it in. Great. There's a call. Oh, no, a king on the turn.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Wow, that's gross. That is gross. For Dejo.
Jagerpush is just running like the sun. Another elimination. Dujo 1-2-3 out. Another $140 over to Yukari Push. And we are 3-handed. Should we give away tickets?
Why do you ask me that? Because it spoils the...
No,
if I answer it, you just have to Nick, in the bloody producer chat, and you'll know what's going on.
Nick. I meant the tickets that the golf question.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were ruining the show like usual.
No, I ruined the show my own ways. Come on. No, I meant like you asked me a question. We were going to give away 2 tickets.
Oh, we just caught them actually. Yeah, we can do that. I thought you were doing that thing you always do where I have to say how long the show is, basically.
No. I mean, who knows how long this show is? It could end any minute. It could end in an hour. You never know.
Well, the night is going to end well for two people who have won $109 tickets. Just see this river card.
Yeah.
Not going to be huge action, is it? David, I asked you if Donald Trump was to play golf honestly in a hypothetical parallel universe, and he was to play the 2 rounds of golf he played in Scotland this week at his Turnberry golf course, how many shots would he take in total over those 2 rounds? What's your answer? How did you come up with it?
Well, my dad is just a couple of years, maybe a year or two older than Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And my dad plays golf, and I know Trump has played golf his whole life. So I imagine his short game is actually probably pretty good. Old man, short game golf. Right. But I also imagine like Turnberry is probably pretty long and unforgiving. And I imagine like, a 560-yard par 5, it's just going to take him a really long time to get to. Yeah. Because he probably swings like this now, Yeah. So I thought, tough golf course, knowing how my dad plays right now and knowing what my dad was, I kind of imagined that on a tough golf course, he'd be shooting about 100. And about 100? Yeah, and I came up with the number of 202. 202 is the exact right answer. That is what David Tuckman thinks the answer to the question is. You nailed it. Well done. Thank you. If you were somewhere around the 202s, you might have won a $109 ticket. A few of you were close to that number, but our winners are Game Changer 9801. You were closest with 201 as your guess. Very, very well done. And in second with another $109 ticket is Stinky 12345. Shout out to Muzzimond, who also guessed 200, same as Stinky, but they were second. So Stinky owns that guess, and they're the winner, Stinky and Game Changer. If you are not called Stinky or Game Changer in any facet of your life, and you haven't won, don't despair. We've got 3 more $109 tickets to give away before the final table ends. I love it. 3 more tickets to give away, another 2 at the end with the Wheel of Justice. I'm curious what you think. What do you think Donald would shoot? I think your guess is pretty good, actually. I do, because I imagine he plays off about, if it was real, I would imagine he plays off about 12 or 14, right? If it was real, because he's going to have that old man 2 putts everything, chips it to 6 foot thing. Because he's played golf forever, and he does more golf than work, so he's not going to be terrible. Let's say he's off 14, but he's playing Turnberry, which is a championship golf course. So I think 100 is about right. Right. I was just trying to think of like my dad was, maybe slightly higher actually. But my dad was like a low 80s, mid 80s, low 80s player. But now if I take him out and we play like just a regular, normal recreational golf, he'll probably shoot like low 90s, right around there, 90, because the long par 4s are all par 5s. Yeah. The par 5, he just can't get there anymore. So I kind of was like, okay, I'll add 13 strokes because it's a really, really tough golf course. I think it's a pretty good guess. Both players have top pair here, as you can see. Yeah, neither player not that incentivized to put too many chips in the pot, really. I mean, it's a wet board. It's scary. The 9 paired. It's like both players are like, I think I had the best hand, but I really don't want all the chips going in right now. And I could see if I was Zook, I'm probably checking this back. But I'm not Zook. So he's better than me because he would bet with top pair. He bets with the best hand, so well done him. Fearless. Yeah. I mean, the other option is betting. And now it's a question of do you think you can get value? He checks it back. I mean, the nightmare scenario is betting the turn and getting check raised. Because you've got a straight draw and top pair, and you just hate life if you get check raised in the turn in that one. I was humored by the fact that clearly some people in the chat had no idea because somebody said 950. Like 950.
Maybe they're closest.
You know, that's crazy.
Paul let us know that the Donald's official handicap is 2.8.
Is that his actual official handicap? Yeah.
Registered, obviously, at the golf club that he owns. Yes.
I mean, I would love to gamble with him on his 2.8, right? Mm-hmm. I'm about say 14. Mm-hmm. So I would love to gamble with him and I get 12 strokes. That I would love that if I could somehow do it on the up and up.
Stinky, our competition winner, says, I've golfed for 40 years, 77 years old now. I would probably shoot 105 per round on that course. There you go. So yeah, very similar.
There you go.
Wait, you had a hole in one. What? Like an actual real hole in one?
Mini golf doesn't count.
Doesn't it?
It does. No. It counts. Well done. Oh, congratulations, by the way. That's amazing. I have
not had one.
My dad had his first one at like 60. He was cool. So excited, and he plays golf for 30 years, and he was so excited. I've hit the pin a number of times, but I've never had the luck of doing that. You know who's one of the best older guy short game golfers is Poker Hall of Famer Maury Escondani.
Is he?
I have had the pleasure of golfing with him a few times, and you know, he's annoying to play with because he never hits the ball more than about 170, but he's also straight as an arrow. I mean, straight. So the rough is never in play. He's 170 straight. And if he gets it near, like you said, it's chipped to 6 feet and never more than a 2-putt.
Yeah.
So he just literally just cranks out the, you know, bogey, par. And it's like,
it's like, you know, it's good, isn't it? It's good golf. Parabellum says I would shoot about a 68, then I would move on to the second hole.
Well said.
I enjoyed that.
I know you're a golf. What is your handicap now? What do you think you are about?
Right now, because it's like the middle of summer, I would play off 15.
Oh, okay.
But
that's good.
Yeah. But it's never been much lower than that. It was probably, I'm not a member of a club, so I'm always trying to fairly estimate. Because like, who's a member of a golf club really? So yeah, I'd be 15 or 16 now.
But
my short game's terrible. Like I'm not very good around the greens.
It's tough to score well if you're not. That's where you score.
I'll never get below where I am unless I practice that a lot, and I'm never going to do that, David. I'm right. Never ever going to do it.
The people that are like, hey, do you want to go to the driving range? Why? Well, and you
like specifically short game, like practicing short game specifically, I'm never going to, like, the point of golf to me is to hit the ball really hard as far as I can. That is why I play golf.
No, listen, if I go, I would go to the driving range with my kids because it's fun with them. Uh-huh. But if I'm at the driving range or like, you know, practicing at the, you know, the putting green type thing, it's just because I'm warming up to go play 18. That's it.
Right.
I don't want to practice. Why would I want to practice? That sounds terrible. Pair of 10s here. And we've got a straight draw. Straight draw does not get there. See if he wants to represent the 9, though. This is kind of a scary. It's a scary board, but now Yukari does have the 6. Yukari can really put a lot of pressure on these two players. I mean, you can see they essentially have the same stack. And there is a $1,500 difference between second and third. I think you want to bluff this, try to get him off a 10. But I'm not sure if Yukari is going to do it or not, since they do have a pair.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it is incredibly hard to call with the specific hand that Valborg has because of the stack situation. Very difficult, but Yukari does check in the end. Leo says Nick follows Happy Gilmore's school of golf. Yeah, I do. I heard a line from David Letterman years ago. He said the problem he had with golf was once you get close enough to pick the ball up and walk over and put it in the hole, he loses interest. And I'm like, I absolutely agree. When it's like 400 yards away, like I can see the point to get the ball over there, but once it's about 10 feet away, I'm like,
I love it. I love it. I genuinely like. When I was younger, I was actually quite good. When I was like 16 years old, I was shooting like mid 80s, and
that's very good at 16.
But I've never gotten any better. That's
Right.
still that's exactly where I am still. Just because I don't really like the game that much.
Yeah.
I like the camaraderie of the game. Like I love being out on the golf course for 4.5 hours with my friends, drinking beer, having a good time.
You're having a good time, and you're usually in a nice bit of countryside, and like it's a nice thing to do. It's a fun thing to do.
And I also love the gambling aspect of it.
Right.
Those are the things I love about golf. If it's the morning, I'll have a Bloody Mary in the morning. I can have beers. I'm with my buddies. But like the idea of going out and playing 18 by myself, which is what you kind of have to do if you want to get really good, that just doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Leo Gygax has never played it, but want to give it a shot. Ha! Go ahead. Might be more than one shot. We've got. Sorry, go ahead.
No, carry on.
I was just saying, Queen on the. Oh, wow. Fileborg does not call that.
No interest.
Yeah.
No interest.
Yeah, I listen. I love three-handed poker, so I'm hoping this one lasts a while.
We'll see what we can do. Brackets. I have no control over it.
But good point.
At all.
Speaking of Happy Gilmore, I don't know if did you Happy Gilmore 2 came out on Netflix, and it was mostly completely destroyed and bashed by all critics and people.
Really?
Yeah.
But like that's Adam Sandler, isn't it? He doesn't make films for critics. He makes films for family audiences that tend to be a good time. Like not for me, but for young kids watching with their parents. That's what he makes, right?
But some of the criticism was like, oh, it was just so silly.
Yeah.
What? Did you watch Happy Gilmore 1 when he literally beat the shit out of he and Bob Barker from The Price is Right got in a fight? Like that was episode 1 was Apollo Creed, what's his name? Carl Weathers had a wood hand. And he would shake the hand and break it. I mean, silly. Right, but it's like
silly.
It kind of brings me back to the whole Star Wars thing when people are like, "Oh, the new Star Wars were terrible. The old ones were just as bad. You were just 8."
Here goes David with his most unpopular take. His Star Wars is bad take. Look out. Everyone's going to get butthurt.
Listen, by the way, I love Star Wars then. I love it now. I think it's great. I just think like when you get older, your perspective changes.
Well, also, as I said earlier in the broadcast, being a critic is easy, isn't it? Like, if you didn't like it, maybe it just wasn't for you. Just move on. Like, there's like these YouTubers and these streamers that just hate on everything new, like everything new. Like specifically, like they're all men and they hate on all the new comic book movies, all the new Star Wars, like everything, to the point where it's like a whole thing out there on online. Like they have big followings, and you sort of think, what is the point of this?
Right.
Like,
what?
You don't like new film and TV shows. Move on then.
Right, yeah, just like
get a hobby.
I'm always amazed by that. To that point, Von Hopper Kelly says, "I absolutely can't stand Adam Sandler." I get it. Listen, my mom can't stand Adam Sandler. That kind of humor to her is just like, what is the point?
I don't like it, but it's not relevant, is it? It's not. Right. It's not for us.
Right. Now, I love Adam Sandler. I think he's hysterical. Waterboy, Happy Gilmore. I'm a simplistic person, right? I mean, if you walk into a wall and you fall down, I laugh. Some people don't. It's to each their own.
No, that is funny. What you just said is funny.
That's good. This just in, by the way, COL009 says Star Wars is a major hit.
Whoa. Good point.
I love it.
Good point. Does that shut down your argument?
Yeah.
Very successful, apparently.
Yeah.
I can't confirm that, but that's what we're being told by chat.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? How are you? Magic Monday. We are hurtling toward our first break.
Jedaska didn't like the golf question. Jedaska, or is it Jedwanska? So we've got one more Lodden Things question to go. So, and David won't have come up with it yet. So if you want to suggest a poor people Lodden Things question, apparently golf is a rich people Lodden Things question. If you want to suggest a poor people Lodden Things question, have at it. I'm not saying he'll take your suggestion. I'm just saying, lay on us.
Right. Okay, yeah. Listen, we're going on a break momentarily, and during that break, I will ponder many, many questions, but I will only really consider the ones that are catered toward poor people. Now, keep in mind, Nick is posh as fuck. Okay, so he will have very little knowledge of this poor person's.
I will really struggle, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right, so you have to think like Nick. So you have to think like a posh person.
How does a member of basically the British aristocracy view whatever the topic is?
Right.
That's what you're going to have to. You're going to have to make that gap, that jump.
Yeah. My question was going to be about avocados, but I'm going to shelve that one to next week.
Another posh people question.
Yeah, exactly. Avocados are posh.
You
very
and
posh.
your money friends cheersing 2 avocados on the 7th tee. We know what you get up to.
Oh yes. I drink champagne out of my empty avocado shells.
It's exactly on the putting green, probably. It's exactly what you do.
It's delicious. Pair of 9s here for Jagger. Oh, hello. Hello. Is there anything better than betting your gutter and then getting it? Now, he did have a double gutter, 6 or 10. Pot is 7.9 big blinds. How much is Zook going to go for? That much. 4 big blinds. Yakari push does pay off. And we're pretty much exactly where we were when we started three-handed play. Yakari push dominating, but still anybody's tournament as we head to break.
I think they all do a wonderful job putting the series on year in, year out. Nowhere else in the world is anybody handling a 25,000 person event as easily as they have, you know?
What's up, 8-8 Ride peeps? How are you? We've got another one in for you. It is the one and only Matt Berkey. He's not a tournament player per se, but guy has over 4 million in lifetime earnings. He's a personality, I guess was a podcast host. And today he is our guest here on 8-8 Ride. I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, my man?
Same old shit, man. Different day.
Yeah. So I alluded to the fact you're not a tournament player. We all know you're a live cash game player. And, you know, I come from those streets and I certainly can appreciate it. But, you know, my lifetime tournament earnings are 150,000.
Right.
Okay? I'm a cash game player.
Yeah.
You're a cash game player and your lifetime tournament earnings are over 4 million.
Well, there's an outlier there. I cashed for 1.1 in a single event.
There's still another 3 million, dude.
Yeah. Look, you grew up mostly in the LA scene, I assume?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you had a plethora of cash to choose from.
Right.
I started grinding on the East Coast and worked my way west. So, like, for the first 10 years of my career, you just chased EV. Played tournaments, you play cash, you play everything, you know what I mean? But the last 5 to 6 years, I would say, especially since I've gotten more privy to the high stakes scene, I think tournament players and tournaments in general have just matured in a way that you need to be studying, you need to be trying, you need a wide breadth of knowledge, and I have a very singular focus, I would say, being deep stack cash.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the days of me making WSOP final tables and playing 50 events in the schedule, like, they're gone.
Isn't it funny how back in the day, and I remember having Jesse Sylvia on my podcast way back when he made the final table, and there was a stigma like tournament donks.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're good at one thing, cool. Yeah. Cash game players have to be good at so many different things, and here you're saying like, no, if you want to be good at tournaments, you have to be good at an array of things, and cash game is kind of singular.
Yeah,
it's the opposite.
I think that there's been a lot of debate about this, and I would say most people having the conversation are just totally missing the mark, in the sense that it's not one or the other. like both players in both realms are very specific to the skill sets. And, you know, I like to compare it to linear versus vertical. You know, like as a cash game player, you have, I don't want to use the word singular, but it's like, it's a very deep, in-depth study of a pretty structured thing, you know? You're going to play pre-flop at certain depths, you're going to play flop turns and rivers at different SPRs, whatever. But you have to get good at all the things that come with playing, you know, river spots where the SPR is.
SPR, by the way, is stack to pot ratio, everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good, it's good.
But you know, where you're like 4 pots deep versus like 40 pots deep.
Yeah, totally.
And that's a big difference.
But I guess in a cash game, though, for the most part, obviously you get some variation, but for the most part, you know, we're somewhere between 80 big blinds and 450 big blinds deep. You know, you're not dealing with like, oh, there's a 22 big blind stack, right. There's a 60 big blind stack, oh, there's a pay jump.
Yeah, and I think all this shows in like when the Squid Game format came out, because it creates a bit of a tournament dynamic. There's a lot of varying stacks. People go broke, they rebuy for the minimum. And to be quite frank, cash game players, at least early on, were awful at adjusting to Squid. And with tournament players, it's not that they're not great poker players, they absolutely are, but they have a breadth of knowledge. They know what to do off of 5 blinds, 10 blinds, 12 blinds, and the varying different formations that can accumulate at any juncture, right? For us, it's just like very static, but there's a lot of options.
Right.
The tree really branches at depth.
I mean, so, I've always pointed that out in like the main event where I'm like, you know, I feel like cash game players have a distinct advantage. Maybe advantage isn't the right word, but you know, they're in their comfort zone days 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then by the time, if you do make it, you know, if you get past the landmines and you make it in day 4 and day 5, where the average stack is 35, 40 big blinds, suddenly, if you're not well versed in that, you suddenly are taking the worst of it.
Well, especially if you believe in the ICM model at all. You know, like, you could still be playing, like, really good poker at 50 bigs effective as a cash game guy, but you could be torching it according to the model, you know?
Yeah.
We are back. More three-handed play here on Magic Monday, courtesy of 888 Poker. We are here. Nick Wellfeld, David Tuckman calling the action. We got lots of giveaways. We've got a free roll that's going on right now. All sorts of stuff to talk about. And who knows what direction we will go. Free roll, by the way, has started, but registration is still open. You've got a few minutes to get in there. Password is 2888 HEAT. Once again, that's 2888 HEAT. No spaces, get you in there. $500 in cold hard cash being given away. Nick, how much do you love three-handed poker?
Do I love it?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
Sure.
Right.
3 is one of the best numbers of handed poker you can have.
Yeah. 1 is the loneliest number, but 3 is the best number.
I do often win when I play one-handed. Both in poker and in love. But 3 is an interesting dynamic because you always have some extra incentive to play. You're either the button, the small blind, or the big blind, so you're always in action. It's quite good if it's a private game, three-handed, but usually doesn't last too long in tournament poker.
No. Yeah, I mean, there have been some famous ones. I mean, I remember Neil Channing at the World Series of Poker was three-handed with all the chips, and it looked like it was his tournament to win. And he was looking for his first and only World Series of Poker bracelet, and he got so ridiculously unlucky three-handed to end up being knocked out and not winning his bracelet. Antonio Esfandiari, it happened to him as well. There have been some really famous three-handed battles. I always think of the Joseph Chung, Jonathan Duhamel, John Racester three-handed battle, where Racester kind of just like snuck his way into second place because Joseph Chung's biggest ICM punt in the history of poker.
Only because he called. In it.
Right. Otherwise, it's genius.
Otherwise, it's genius.
Yeah.
It is, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, so everybody get in their free roll. It looks like this tournament might be going on a little bit longer, so we will get to follow the free roll for you. See how you guys are doing.
Absolutely, we will. You can still register. 5 minutes left. There's $500 in there for you to win, and you can play for free. And so that's pretty cool as a deal. Get involved. A few minutes left to register.
So Zook and Filerborg have done a pretty good job of kind of maintaining their stack, which is, right around 25 to 35 big blinds. Yakari push, by the way, down from about 110 big blinds to 83. So they're kind of at an interesting inflection point where they can certainly put a lot of pressure on their opponents, but if they were to double up one of them, it would get real interesting real quick.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? At the end of these tournaments, like a big lead is not necessarily that big of a lead. And we saw the exact opposite at the World Series of Poker main event, which is obviously the poker tournament most people are aware of, where the guy with the big lead just won all the pots. And it's over very fast. If, however, they lose a couple of pots, the situation changes so fast. That's why No Limit is so much fun. You never really know. It's not like you ever have a lock on a tournament, is it? Not really.
No, it is amazing, though, when you put it in that perspective, though. The fact that the World Series of Poker main event, where they are literally playing for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That final table is going to be shorter than this one. Wow. I never really thought about it. It's so bizarre.
A strange game. It is.
Oh, gosh. What's up, everybody? Hello. Data Lore 88. I think it's probably on your end, my friend. But could be wrong. Who knows?
There's an article on Poker News that I only found out about because people were tweeting about it, because Sean D replied to it, asking because it made some reference to his Player of the Year thing. And it's like, is the grinder the greatest closer in tournament history? And I was like, well, I mean, if knowing how to make ace king beat kings in the crucial part of a final table is what great closing is, then yes.
I mean, it's also a question of, right, it's also a question of how do you define, I mean, Mizrachi is the best player to have at the final table if you have dinner plans. Yes, there's unquestionably, it is indisputable, without a doubt. I mean, is that how we're defining greatest closer?
This is just like Nassim Taleb's point all those years ago in Fooled by Randomness, is that humans start with the result and then they try and explain the result. And so you're always going to see a pattern if you do that, aren't you? You're always going to find reasons if you're looking for reasons. Whereas in poker, we can say Michael Mizrachi is a very good poker player, especially in live tournaments when he has a chip stack. Yeah. He's probably about as good as you can be at that. But you can't, you don't know. Like, if you look at those tournaments that he won, he's amazing at closing. If you look at other tournaments that he didn't win, he's not amazing at closing. So yeah, it's kind of, poker doesn't work like sport, and people in poker constantly want it to work like sport, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I like the rant. I mean, I think it's very Freakonomics-esque book. I think there's been a couple of Freakonomics books now out there where you've got a writer, data scientist. I'm not sure how many people in the chat are familiar with the book. I'm sure you are. Where it's just they just kind of show you, it's like, if you start here and then you try to make all this mean that, yeah, you're going to do it.
You will.
That's not hard. It's very difficult, by the way, I think, and it's proven difficult even, whether you're a scientist trying to come up with a medicine or research, whatever it might be. It is extremely difficult to go into a research or any kind of data unbiased.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, and that's kind of the only way to figure out what the data is actually telling you.
Yeah, and that's why the scientific method took over the planet. That's why we've got all of the amazing machines and technology that we have. Because the scientific method is, here's what I think might be happening. Right, now I'm going to try and show that that is wrong. I'm going to try and disprove what I think might be happening. That's the scientific method, and it works. But when humans discuss things, they do it completely the other way around. They go,
I mean, you
Michael
wonder if that's-
Mizrachi won 2 tournaments in one poker series. Is he a great closer?
Is he the greatest closer of all time? Wow.
If you want, yeah. If you look at the last 12 months, yeah, sure.
There was a little bit of controversy regarding Sean Deeb's Player of the Year, because a lot of people came out and said, oh, how could he win Player of the Year? Clearly, Mizrachi, who won the 50K Players Championship and the main event, should have been the Player of the Year.
So what do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous, and I think it does a disservice to Sean Deeb, regardless of what you think about Sean Deeb, and he's a friend of mine. I go, there's a scoring system. He got the most points. You don't change the rules midstream. You know, it's not like suddenly be like, well, oh, like if you're watching football and you go, oh, but that goal was really pretty.
Yeah,
let's give him 2 goals for that one because it was so pretty.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
It's you don't change the rules. This is how you accumulate points. I mean, we could also look at it and go, well, Benny Glauser won 3 bracelets. He should win it. You know,
he's from the best country, so he should win it.
Right, there you go. And it's like, no, this was the point system, and this is how the Player of the Year is determined. And it's not like Sean Deeb was like, it's like, oh, well, he just the guy made like 6 final tables, was runner-up 3 times, and won a bracelet. I mean, he had like a first, 3 seconds, and a fourth.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of it is funny how people like they'll look at things just kind of like revisionist history type things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still 3-handed, and it really nothing's changed.
No, bingo flop for Zuck. These two, the 2 shorter stacks, but only Zuck has actually got anything here.
Yeah,
so
neither one's short.
Into second place. No, they're not super short. Cole 009 says, do you class poker as a sport? No.
No.
I think sport has to involve physical activity, I think, for me.
Some physical activity.
It's a game, yeah. It's a game.
I mean, some people will make the argument that, well, is F1 or NASCAR a sport? And I'd argue, oh, absolutely. But that if you've never raced cars or you've never been involved with racing cars, that takes a huge amount of physicality, endurance, and stuff like that. So people love to get really heated about that too. Like, it's a sport. Okay, listen, if you want to think it's a sport, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't really care how we classify it.
According to Helmut, it's brutally physical. Yeah. Well, he does fuel up every 5 minutes. Does that dude ever not eat? That every time I saw him at the Monsters Book, he was eating.
The worst thing about Phil, and I genuinely like Phil, but the worst thing about him is the fact that he's just so ridiculously unaware. Like, the cameraman's right there, right? The guy's got the camera on him, and he's just like,
no.
Look at the inside of my mouth. Like, what are you, like, dude? Like, you would just think, be like, okay, like go down, like, eat it quietly. I don't know.
It's quite a weird thing. Weird thing.
He just dives in. Yeah, Leo Gygax. Yeah, he devours it.
Oh, wow. Here we go. We got an action or a cooler or a setup or something.
I mean, the chips certainly could and should maybe go in. I don't think Zook needs to 4-bet this, but once they 4-bet, they can't fold. That's the thing. And they're just going to go all in with it. There's the call, ace king versus jacks. An ace or a king, and we're heads up. It's a queen, and we continue on 3 ways. And look at this. Zook now the chip leader on 57 big blinds. Yukari on 43 big blinds.
Exactly as we were saying. Look how fast it can change. A couple of pots and you're no longer the chip leaders. When you get 4-handed and below, it's so swingy.
Yeah, that's the first real adversity that Yukari has faced at this.
Right.
final table. I mean, everything has gone their way up until now. It'll be interesting to see how they react to it. Registration for the free roll has closed. We'll do a free roll call in about 15 minutes. See how you're all getting on.
Hang on for the roll call and look like a star in chat. That's the key.
Fileborg with the Queen Jack. But Zook, ooh. I mean, if you're Zook, you're like, oh, please have an ace.
Yeah,
have an
exactly.
ace. One time. I do like check raising here.
Yeah, dynamic board. Lots of potential draws or backdoor draws or stuff that you might check raise.
And the times your opponent doesn't have the ace, they're just going to check back the turn anyway. Three-handed here.
You don't think Zuck is Mark Zuckerberg, do you?
Ooh. Well, let me look at the bio. Zook the fifth. So clearly posh, right?
Clearly.
Although, look, maybe it's a posh. It is low stakes player. Their last win was a week ago, where they defeated 443 other players in the PKO Rumble 22, and they won $1,800. So they've been running hot. Their average stake is just $3.72. So it's almost definitely Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, it could be Mark Zuckerberg on a bankroll challenge. Like maybe he started with 0, started in free rolls. He's just like, do you know what I mean?
Listen, Bill Gates famously plays poker, loves the game, and plays 3-6 limit.
Exactly.
Not 300, 600, folks. Not 3,000, 6,000. But $3, $6.
I wonder if that's still true, because that was quite a long time ago, wasn't it? I wonder if he's like gone, I'm better than this now. I'm moving up.
I'm moving up to 4-8.
He's like, yeah, he's taking shots at the 4-8 game.
I mean, keep in mind, he's now worth, I don't even know, what, 65 billion or something crazy. At the time he was playing 3-6, he was already a billionaire. So it wasn't like it was like he's on like now he's like, oh, well, now I don't have to worry about my bankroll. Bill Gates, I don't, who cares what you think about him? It's nothing that, but the fact that a billionaire could play 3-6 and still kind of care is amazing.
Yeah, I guess it's like a lot of people play poker either for fun or to try and challenge themselves at the game rather than for money. Like my poker training business, it took me a little while to understand that, but people that I was building a community for back in the day were playing poker for fun and to challenge themselves.
Like, I'm sure you're like, wait, why? I don't understand.
Right. No, yeah, but well, you know me, yeah. Like when I go into poker, it's to try and win money.
Right? Huh?
But people play poker for fun and entertainment, and they play it for the challenge, and they play it to see if they can beat a certain game, and obviously money's part of it. But
they've played to flop a set of deuces.
Look at that.
Because flopping sets is awesome.
Flopping sets is awesome.
There's the bet. Zook deciding they want to raise right away or they just want to call. They're just going to call.
Yeah, the blind versus blind, it's a pretty dry board. So Yukari's range is pretty weak here.
Yeah, he just doesn't need much. And the times he has a 10, he's just going to keep barreling into you anyway, so you can get the money in later on. See if Zook wants to bet small and keep the pairs in there and keep some draws in there as well. They're going to go pretty large, and I imagine the hand is over. And it is. Yeah, I remember.
Interesting question for chat, actually. A couple of people already answered it. Why do you play poker, chat? What's the main motivation for playing poker? Go on, David.
Yeah, my brother-in-law plays. He lives in New York and plays online on free. Just right. He plays on like free sites.
Right. Just enjoys the game.
Just yeah. I mean, when I go back to New York to visit my sister, I'll walk in and he'll be sitting there playing poker. He'll even ask me like, "What do you think of this hand?"
I'll be like, I don't get it. No, I mean, listen, it's a great game. I love poker, but I've always played it for money.
So as you can see from the chat, this is what we discovered in our business. This is, years ago, but it hasn't changed. Most people don't play because of the money. So Leo Guy says, I started for the challenge, mostly play money. Dire Restraint says, I've lost my shit over a game worth very little, just like Bill Gates. Leo says, challenge and problem solving. Datalor says to destroy souls and make money. Red Boy says the challenge of leveling up. Muzzy One says to have a secret bank account. Secret from whom? Macmillan Sec says fun and money. Parabellum says fun and maths to keep the mind active. Lime Ricky says for fun, challenge, and the thrills. Fox Force says only for fun. The Crazy Scotsman says money, fun, and challenge.
I love it.
All about the Benjamins. Many different motivations, David.
No, I think it's amazing. I am curious, in games where there's no money at all, it's just, you're keeping score. Does bluffing still exist? I assume yes.
Definitely. I mean, have you ever played like a family game or a Christmas game where like you might be playing for almost no money, but you just let everyone puts in £5, $5 or something? But
I'm playing for money.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant money, and it doesn't mean that people don't care. People.
No, it's a good point. I mean, if I was playing for $1 with my kids, I would care.
But if you were playing for nothing, here's the thing: if you were playing for nothing with your kids, you would still care, because you don't want you're not going to want them to beat Daddy at his best game, right? So people still care about results.
We got an action flop here, and I could see Fileborg. I could see them at risk here. They do have the best hand with a pair of 10s versus a pair of 9s. But on a flop like this, you kind of expect the chips to go in. Interesting aside, by the way, that you brought that up. There's the bet. There's the raise all in. I don't know how you fold the 9 here.
Tough three-handed, especially when you've got a chance to go heads up. There's some big bounties. There's a big pay jump.
I mean, what's your opponent doing with like 8x? And look at that next level fold from Zook. Zook the 5th.
Yeah, it could
Zook
be one
the
of those.
third. Zook the 3rd made that call, though. By the way,
yeah, that's true. It's iterating and improving every time.
Yeah.
Could be a situation where they just don't believe Fileboard would ever be aggressive there without a better hand than a 9.
Dire Restraints. Hey, listen, Dire, I love the fact that you're here and you listen each week. Said ever since Chuck bought Apple stock, he hasn't cared.
He's just a maverick now.
21 years ago, I'm like, whatever. I call. Too rich to fold.
Too rich to fold.
I wish that was the case. I really do. I will say, so, my kids are on summer break. And yesterday morning, my older one was like, my younger one were like, hey, I guess they got a deck of cards. And they asked me if I could teach them how to play Texas Hold'em.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, fine. And I taught them how to play, and the two of them played heads up.
Okay. Did they like it? I hope not.
No, they liked it. I mean, they didn't really know what they were doing, and they liked it. I mean, a lot of times I'd have to come over and be like, Dad, who wins this hand? And I'd be like, well, what do you have? And I'd talk him through it, and he'd be like, well, I've got a jack and an 8. No, and how does that interact with the board, and what do you have now? The 12-year-old did beat the 8-year-old, so he saved face.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good for the sibling hierarchy.
Right. MC Milan says, do you think poker is good for kids? I think poker in general is actually a great game for many, many reasons. And I think it's great for kids. I think it's great for adults. I think if you want to get into business, life, learning people, being able to read people from a social perspective, I think poker is a fantastic game. And people have asked me before, would you teach your kids poker? Absolutely. I would encourage them to play. People are always
I absolutely would, but I think there's some other things as well, which like poker taught me that I don't know where else you would get them from, actually, because there is no other game, which is things like life's not fair. Like like poker is not fair. Like most games or sports that they play, as they get better, they'll win more and more and more. Whereas poker, as we know, yes, you will win more, but your ups and downs are going to be completely different to most other games or sports they can play. You're just going to have huge ups and downs. You're going to lose to people that are definitely not as good as you. And that's a really good life lesson, which is hard to, I don't know where else you can learn that until you get out into the sort of adult world. So I think it's cool from that point of view as well.
Yeah, no, and there's a lot of things that I think there's a lot of great things you can learn from poker. I will say, as a dad, one of the things that I am constantly teaching my son, both my children, that, and to the point where they're both like, we know already, Dad, but I always try to point out, and when I coach as well, I'll teach all the kids that I always try to use the mantra of control what you can control. And
yeah, totally. What a great thing to learn, right?
Yeah, it's great in life, control what you can control. I try to teach kids that I coach. I go, don't blame referees, things like that. Look at Zook being aggressive with the 3 high. But I think poker is a great teacher of that. Control what you can control.
I totally agree. Leo says decision-making skills are great, helps a lot in my career. Doc Matu says poker should be a qualification for managers.
Oh, absolutely.
Ex-Merciless says, I teach my kids to keep the count on any card game we play. Nice. Nice.
I mean, Liv Marie did a whole TED talk about this. I think the ability to keep emotions out of your decision-making process is another life skill.
Yeah, definitely. Or at least not emotionally reacting, because sometimes emotions help decision making, but not. Yeah. It depends. But yeah, definitely that. Definitely that. And then also, like, investing all your energy in process and detaching from results that you don't control is something that people find very hard to do, that you have to do if you're going to be good at poker.
It amazes me, by the way, and in my podcast that I've done for a long time, but it's no longer going on, called Under the Gun. I now do the 8-a-day ride, of course. But in Under the Gun, I used to talk about how people outside of poker just cannot wrap their head around the idea of not being results oriented. They just can't. They don't understand. No. I mean, I'd literally get into a conversation with somebody about like a sport where Team A traded for a draft pick from Team B. And I would be like, well, let's evaluate the trade. And they'd be like, well, you can't evaluate the trade until you see what the draft pick turns into. And I'm like, no. And they just can't wrap their head around. Be like, let's say they traded for a really late draft pick. That draft pick turned into a Hall of Famer. And they're like, look at that trade. What an amazing trade. I'd be like, no, the draft pick that they got for that player has a hit rate of like 1%. Mm-hmm. The fact that they hit on it does not make the trade good. But you just can't convince people that are not in poker. Just really have a tough time coming up or understanding the whole results oriented argument.
Yeah, definitely. And we are such subjective creatures that when a result happens to us, good or bad, it's like a big flashing light in our brain, and it's very hard to get beyond that. And so we'll tend to do more of the things that got us the good results and less of the things that got us the bad results, which isn't always the worst thing, obviously, but very often leads you to make bad decisions in the future if you don't understand the reasons why.
Philo Borg had a double gutter, hits the gutter on the river, and immediately leads in for about half pot. And Yakari Push facing some tough times as of late. They were the chip leader for about 95% of this final table. But they're going to have to make a tough fold right here.
Yeah, they're getting a good price as well. It's hard to lay it down. Diamonds missed. We were talking, so I didn't see all of the action, but it's definitely a big lay down three-handed. Now, the only thing is these players have laid down a couple of hands to Falborg, I've noticed. So maybe it's a player they haven't seen bluff.
Tough spot there. They do make the call.
I understand the call.
32. Yeah. I mean, yeah, to your point, I mean, diamonds miss. It's a scary card. You're trying to push a jack out. I certainly understand it. So Yukari Push, who was our chip leader, is now our short stack. Lucky for them, they picked up Ace King, and they're in good shape to double up. oh my gosh, look at this. This is going to happen for him. And it does. No 4 on the river. And just like that, Yukari push back up to 39 big blinds.
Swings, David Tuckman, swings.
Father Borg's like, wait, I just had those. I just got those chips.
Refranla says, I don't agree with poker for kids. The problem is the gambling thing. For me, it's 18-plus game. Yeah, sure, absolutely. But as we discussed, play without money. It's a good game in terms of a game. Parabellum says, accept the things you cannot change. Have the courage to change the things you can and have the wisdom to know the difference. I don't think I'm doing very well on any of those 3.
No, I'm pretty sure that's like the 12 steps, like Alcoholics Anonymous class.
Is it?
I think so. I could be wrong. Am I right there?
I don't know.
I believe that's like an Addicts Anonymous motto. Fill in your favorite vice, whether it's alcohol or anything.
It sounds like a very good idea that's difficult to do.
Yeah, it is. It is extremely difficult. When I talk about results-oriented thinking, I always try to use the analogy with some people. I go, and they still don't understand that. I go, imagine you were trying to teach your child to, be confident enough to ask out somebody that they liked. They found somebody attractive and they wanted to ask them out.
Okay, now you have my attention.
There you go. Okay.
How do we do that?
So let's say that you're trying to instill confidence in your child, to have the confidence to go over and go talk to somebody that they like, right? They go over there, they ask them out, and that person goes, no, I'm not interested. Bye. Mm-hmm. So from a results-oriented standpoint, that kid or anybody might be looking at that was stupid. What kind of dumb advice did you give that person? Right?
And in that situation, what would they do next?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, objectively, you could look back and go, well, clearly, anybody would say, well, clearly you still want that person to go keep asking people out, have the confidence to go ask somebody else out, right?
But in this story, she still said no. So what do we do next? Gifts?
Yes. Stockings, fine.
Okay. I just want to know. I've always wanted to know.
See, you've done well. You've got your girl.
That's true. That is true. But I did want to know earlier on. Like my dad never had this talk with me.
There you go.
I was on my own.
It's just funny how when I try to bring up the results oriented thing with people, that I'm like, okay, so if the kid went out and asked the girl out or the boy out, and they said no, would you be like, well, that was dumb, or would you be like, no, just keep trying, don't worry about it, there's plenty of fish in the sea?
Yeah, and there are some things that you should. So I've said this on the stream before, but my one regret in my cash game career is that I didn't take more shots when the games were really good. I wasn't aggressive enough with my bankroll. And I think understanding what things in life you should take shots at and what you shouldn't, that element of decision making poker's also very good at that. Like, so asking out girls that you like, you should definitely take those shots. You absolutely should not hesitate. Trying to overtake a car when you're already going very fast. No.
But I do think like taking shots in poker, asking out the girl, starting the business that you always wanted to start, having the courage and the fortitude to kind of go for it. And it's funny. By the way, you and I are the same. I mean, I wish I had not been such a bankroll nit.
When you don't know, do you? Like looking back, the games were so good when we were like starting out and then developing our careers, but you don't know that at the time. You've only got the reality you're presented with. Thanks for watching this three-handed poker marathon. They are really passing the chips around, and so we're chatting around the topic. Let's give away a ticket, shall we?
I would love to. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it with like a keyword or something?
Yeah, we're just going to give away one ticket because this shorthanded battle goes on for some time.
It appears that way.
Yeah. Lime, is the keyword ready? Just checking in with the god of logistics.
Can I guess what the keyword is?
Have you looked?
No.
Okay. You can guess what it is.
I want to guess just because I know what you and I and Lime were talking about before the show.
What do you think the keyword is?
I think it has to be avocado.
It is avocado.
Yes, I know Lime so well. Lime, you and I see you. I see you.
David Tuckman has won the giveaway.
Boom.
It's for a $109 ticket. All you have to do is type in avocado. That's all you have to do. It's another posh person giveaway. I can't remember who it was that was complaining about that earlier. It was very funny.
Posh.
Posh person giveaway. Avocado is what you need to type. If you're watching on YouTube, you need to pop over to 888 Poker TV on Twitch because this is a software-driven contest and it won't work on YouTube. So type it in Twitch. One of you will be randomly selected in a minute to win a $109 ticket.
I love it. I love it. Let's get it. People in the chat must be thinking like, wait, so during your pre-show prep, you talk about avocados? What's going? Yes, exactly.
Well, I'm trying to talk about the show, but you and Lime talk about avocados.
All right. Next thing they're going, okay, so the player in seat number 3, this is their background. I've done some research. More avocados, Lime, please.
Unbelievable. Get your avocados in. Even if you don't like avocados, even if you think they're rich person food, still type avocado because our random number generator doesn't care what you think.
I think Yukari might call this. This one doesn't make a ton of sense. Yep, there's the call. What a call with ace high. And look at this. Yukari Push, who was the chip leader throughout, was then the short stack. And then about 6 minutes later, they are back in the chip lead with 49 big blinds. Zook in second with 44. And Fileborg are short stack with 12 big blinds. Get your avocados in there. We are closing this bad boy shortly. We're going to be giving away a $109 ticket momentarily. Ace, queen, king, deuce, all in. An ace or a queen, and we're heads up. It is not an ace or a queen, and this three-headed monster continues.
Well done for binking a deuce. That wasn't easy.
We are never, ever getting heads up.
We're never getting heads up.
It's amazing. I mean, I will say...
David, we're running the giveaway. David.
Okay, sorry.
David,
sorry. Let's do it.
Pay attention. We've got a winner. Smudge.
Who is it?
Smudge03. Smudge has won.
Hold on, let me swipe this off my... Oh, Smudge. You were saying they won. I thought you were saying there's a smudge on my camera.
No, I wasn't, David. I was very clearly saying they won. Crazy fool.
Congratulations, Smudge. You, my friend, that just won a $109 ticket. I hope you turn that into thousands of dollars. Good luck to you. We still have 2 more giveaways. Actually, 4, really.
Yeah.
2, we'll do through a silly game called Lawden Thinks. It'll be Nick Thinks. And no worries. It's going to be a poor person's question.
Whatever that is. Sorry, it's quite funny. So these questions are biased. Like, honestly, they're absolute nonsense. The questions are nonsense. Don't just chill. They're stupid. Smudge, you did win.
Yes, congratulations. By the way, the end of our show, we do a Wheel of Justice spin. We spin this amazing wheel. It really is just fantastic. It's like almost from another world. It's that good. The entertainment value, like a chef's kiss. We're going to spin the wheel. If your name is on it and we spin on your name. Oh.
Sorry, I know you're excited about your wheel, but Zach just folded the button to a 3-bet with ace queen off. And I just think that they don't believe that Fireboard is making any moves without nutted hands because they made a lay down to them earlier as well.
Yeah, but that's really... It's
really tight. 3-handed is like...
You just want to like somebody call them up, be like, hey, you're 3-handed. That's a really big hand. Anyway, I was saying the Wheel of Justice spin. We spin on the wheel. If it hits your name and you're in the chat,
you are taking home a $109 ticket. If you're wondering how to get involved in the Wheel of Justice, how to get on the wheel if you're not on it, well, it's very easy. We're going to, it's in the chat, but you get 4,000 Twitch points. You redeem those to get your name on the wheel. Twitch points are easy to come by. All you have to do is watch our shows. And not just our show, by the way. You can watch any of our shows here on our 888 Poker TV Twitch channel.
Absolutely. Quality poker entertainment at 8 o'clock every weekday night, and it is free. Actually, it's better than free. It's plus EV because there's giveaways.
Yeah, and then, by the way, this is one of the dangers. They do call here at the Ace Queen. One of the dangers of relying on a read. Like, you see a player do something a couple of times, and then they're suddenly like, oh, that's a tight guy. He never bluffs. And I think it can be very, very dangerous to kind of change your play drastically based on a read.
Absolutely. Well, the problem with reads, and I struggled with this early in my playing time, is that they push you to binary thinking. And really, you need to be thinking probabilistically and in terms of pot odds. And reads make you think he's got it, he doesn't have it, he's strong, he's weak, right? So they're very like, they're a dangerous weapon in only a few players on the planet's hands, really. Like, you've got to be very careful with them.
It's very old school thinking where, like, you know, the player is putting them on an exact hand. Oh, I think you have the ace jack of spades. And we kind of evolved from that into, okay, what's the range of hands they might have? I remember having a conversation with Doug Polk about this. By the way, Zook just continues to spike sets of deuces. He loves the deuces.
Well, except when he didn't get heads up because Fireball hit one. So they've been really kind of, they're like a hot girl. They've been like nice to him, then unpleasant to him in the same night.
Yeah, good point.
Unreliable.
Yeah. Anyway, I remember having a conversation with Doug Polk about this because I asked him, I said, so when you approach, you know, poker, how do you do it? And he's talking about it. Well, he's like, you know, I fall back to, you know, GTO. And he goes, then I go, but do you change based on who you're playing against? He goes, yes. He goes, I make adjustments. But I really try to make very small adjustments. It's almost like when you're in the picture frame and they go, okay, move to the left. Don't just go all the way out of the picture frame. Just move a little bit, right? One way or the other. And that was the way Doug kind of described it to me. He's like, if I make drastic changes, it's just too big. He's like, I've noticed that I can make very incremental, small adjustments based on who I'm playing against.
Hot news, David Tuckman.
I love hot news.
We're in the money in the free roll, and some of our chatters have made it.
Well, let's get a free roll call then.
Well, they're already doing it. They're self-doing it. Parabellum's in 69th. Nice. Stevie the Chef's in 85th.
Are we okay with this, Nick?
The Hungry is still in. Are we okay with what? What's wrong, dude? What's up?
Well, we didn't ask for a free roll call.
I know they've.
This is like inmates running the asylum.
They've become self-aware or something. I don't know what it is.
Well, we're screwed.
Yeah, it's true. Bougie, Jamogi, the Hungary, all in. It looks like.
Go get it.
Cindy Bear still in. Nice.
How many players are left?
Lime did ask for a roll call. They haven't become self-aware.
Okay, good.
They still do what they're told by Lime. That's good. That's reassuring.
Yes, absolutely. A pair of sixes versus a pair of nines. A little bit of action on this one. How many players are left? Do we know?
Good question. How many players are left? Free rollers. I would invest in our chat at free rolls. Like, they are so plus EV at free rolls. They crush it.
The good news is you don't have to invest. It's a free roll.
Yeah, that's true. That's the other reason why I'd invest. It would cost me nothing.
Yeah.
We've got about 300 and looks like 80 odd players left. So we're really closing in on the serious end of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we depending on how this three-handed battle continues, we might even finish the free roll.
Yeah, we might. We last lost a player in June at this film table. How long have we been three-handed? That's like all of summer.
What was the old lady in Titanic? Right?
It's been 112 years.
Right? I mean, that's what it feels like.
It's true.
I mean, I will say, if given a choice between an hour of heads-up play or an hour of three-handed play, give me three-handed play.
Yeah, that's fair. Crazy Scotland says, let's just say the free roll's going down faster than this final three. Yeah, the free roll, we might do the whole free roll in the time we've been three-handed.
Yeah, I can see that. No doubt about it. Oh. Plano, Cat, gone in 364. Congratulations on cashing, no. Well done.
Why are people saying the old lady's dead? She's not dead. Don't say that.
She might be dead now. I mean, the Titanic's pretty...
You don't need to say that. Like, she lives on in our hearts.
Yes.
Or something. I don't want to think about her actually being dead. Although I think she does die at the end of the film, doesn't she?
Well, and plus the Titanic was 1997.
Yeah, no, she probably is quite dead. Yeah. She was selfish anyway.
I mean, yeah, in fairness.
No, chill out, Data Law. No one's guessing anything. They're saying where they are in the free roll. Apart from some people probably are guessing something because they saw numbers on the screen. It's like, it's a shit show that our stream deals with every week. It's the magic of Magic Mondays.
It is the magic. You never know what it is. It's I think better than Phil Hellmuth's White Magic, but also just as hard to explain. Agree.
Both very mystical and definitely not shit shows.
No, not at all. Titanic, it's the spoilers, yes. I've never seen Lost, by the way, ever. Have you ever seen an episode of Lost?
Yes, I watched the first episode because it's famously a very, very good first episode, but I haven't watched anything else.
I've watched the first episode as well because somebody told me if you screenwriting, so forth. Yeah. We'll go watch the first episode.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same. That's why I watched it.
But I've never watched any of the rest of it. If you don't want a Lost spoiler, close your ears, okay? Sorry, the show's been over for a long time because my wife. Oh, Ace King versus Trees, all in. Could we be heads up?
We aren't.
Wow.
Three-handed forever, baby.
It is. Yukari Push now, our short stack on 17 big blinds. Fileborg, now our big stack. So all the players have now been the chip leader and the short stack, at least at some point of this heads up, of this the three-way match. But my wife the other day was bringing up some analogy. And she just mentioned, she goes, oh, it's like Lost. Like, we're not really here. We've all been dead for years. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Is that what it is? Did they literally do It's a Dream? Is that how they ended it?
Yeah, the last.
Is that really?
That's it. Yes.
Oh my God, that's so bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, none of them survived. They all died on the plane.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
I didn't know either. My wife was like, really? And I'm like, why would I know this? I've never my wife's seen, but she's watched all of it. I've never seen any of it.
Trail of people that watched all the series.
Yeah. It's just like, it's such an easy out for the writers. Like, well, what do we do with all this? What do we do with all this? Be like, let's just make the whole thing a dream. They all died on the plane. What? Okay, cool.
That's what you do if you like. Do you remember when you had to write stories when you were like 14 for like English class or something? And then I woke up.
Right. You can, because then you can kind of.
I honestly didn't know that's how they finished Lost. That's amazing.
I did not know until my wife told me, and I was like, really? But it is a very cheap writer trick to get out of anything. Like, oh, I painted my characters into this corner and I have no idea how to get them out of this.
But only if
it's a dream.
Only if you're a kid. Not if you're one of the most successful TV series.
Hey, how do we end the show? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm tired, Richie.
Yeah. The leads are all asking for too much money. You need to end the series now.
You need to end it very fast. Okay.
They died 9 years ago. What?
Yeah.
You've been trapped in a web of bullshit for 9 years.
Look at Filerborg. Filerborg now picking up some hands, down to 51 big blinds. By the way, there's only about 90 big blinds in play.
We have made strides to ending this tournament in the last 10 minutes with the blinds. That is true, but the players may or may not want to do that, David. They seem to really be enjoying three-handed poker.
Yeah. I mean, at least, listen, it's their tournament. They've gotten here. They've gotten through 1,000 players to get here. This is what it's all about. If I ever make an 8-8 final table, I am going to make three-handed last as long as I possibly can.
Well, this must be our record for three-handed, because I think, weren't we three-handed at the start of the hour? Is this not an hour of three-handed play?
Yes.
Wow.
Both of those are true. We have lost nobody during this level. We could lose somebody here, though. I mean, it's a big draw. Oh, look at this. Fileborg is ready to make a deal. Very uncommon for the chip leader, but maybe
they had enough of playing three-handed.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Enough's enough, guys. I can't. I've got things to...
Yeah. This is interesting. I mean, how does Yukari play the open-ended draw? With the overcard, mind you.
Shove. Shove. Got some fold equity. The short stack got some fold equity.
Yeah, there's a shove. There's a call from Zook, I imagine. Can't fold this.
Wait, hasn't happened yet. You can't fold it, but they haven't called yet. Zook. Thinking about this is Zuck 3 behavior, not Zuck 5 behavior. Oh, wow. God, David.
I mean, are they folding king, queen? Really?
That you can't fold. I'm worried. Cool,
I mean, there's a straight draw. There's a flush draw. I mean, your opponent could be doing this with the worst. Yeah.
What? What happened?
I don't understand.
That's so weird. Why would you fold? Like, I don't even understand why you would fold there. Like, sometimes we see folds where, like, okay, they're really tight folds, but you can kind of work out what they were thinking about. What were they thinking about? I don't understand what they're thinking about then.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, Zook the Fifth is a low stakes player and has had success as of late, and I just think king, queen on that board is like.
But also three-handed.
Nuts.
And it's three-handed. And they're only shoving 13 big blinds. Like, they were getting like a good price on their money.
No,
that's like one of those situations where they've just gone, I just think they've got me beat, as opposed to sort of just thinking through the situation.
I mean, forget about there's a straight draw out there. There's a flush draw out there. I think your opponent could also just have worse queens.
But I mean, I don't want to get into trouble for not doing analysis, but you just can't fold anyway.
No.
Even if you have that horrible creeping feeling that we all have as poker players that, oh God, I think like he wouldn't do this unless I was beat. Like, even if you've got that sixth sense, you still can't fold. Your hand's just way too strong. Plus, you can redraw against most of his hands if you are somehow lost. I don't know. I think we might play three-handed poker for the rest of the night.
Yeah, hold on a second. It's gonna
change some plans.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I'm not gonna make lunch or dinner. I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Bye.
That was your kid, wasn't it?
Yes. He's fine.
It's fine. I mean, yeah, that is the only possibility. Is he timed out or something? Like, he could have timed out. Just like
no. Yes, he could have timed out. But why are we taking time?
No, I don't know. It's a very strange. Maybe like you play three-handed poker for this long, and you're trying to win the tournament, and it's a lot of money to you, and you just get into this kind of zombified zone where you're not thinking super clearly, right? You're just thinking, I don't want to go out the tournament. I
mean, I think sometimes we do forget about that. You know, we're sitting here and it's a lot easier. It's not,
we're not emotionally invested. It's not our money. We also haven't been playing for hours and hours and hours.
Hours
And these
and
players
battling
have.
these two for like, you know, an hour three-handed. Like, it's just like sometimes you don't think as clearly as you'd like, right?
Right. I mean, there's a very, I mean, we've all made mistakes that like even 5 minutes later we're like, wait, what did I just do? Why did I do that?
My favorite is when you know it's a mistake as you take your hand off the chips.
Oh, I'll
Do
be,
you know what I mean?
please. I have done things where like I'm literally like putting the chips out there. I'm going, no, what am I doing? And it's,
Yeah, those are the worst. It's like that post-nut clarity of like you actually make the bet and then you go, or the call or whatever it is, and you go, what have I done that for?
yeah. If you ever see me really, really calm, I'm probably bluffing because it's like, well, I've already, especially if I've moved all in. It's just because I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Well,
I've already done. Can't do anything about it now.
No. Well, on we go. There will be a winner. It will be one of these three. It will happen, David. Just you've got to keep the faith. And we've got $209 tickets to give away. We'll do that after the break.
I feel like at this point, these players are just having too much fun. And I think they might just be like, maybe they're talking to each other and being like, hey, let's just keep passing the chips around because this is awesome.
We're playing for a $7,500 first prize.
Yeah. Let's just keep doing it.
They're certainly doing a good job of it.
Yeah, we're going to continue doing it after this.
I think they all do a wonderful job putting the series on year in, year out. Nowhere else in the world is anybody handling a 25,000 person event as easily as they have, you know?
What's up, 8-8 Ride peeps? How are you? We've got another one in for you. It is the one and only Matt Berkey. He's not a tournament player per se, but guy has over 4 million in lifetime earnings. He's a personality, I guess was a podcast host, and today he is our guest here on 8-8 Ride. I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, my man?
Same old shit, man, different day.
Yeah, so I alluded to the fact you're not a tournament player. We all know you're a live cash game player. And, you know, I come from those streets and I certainly can appreciate it. But, you know, my lifetime tournament earnings are 150,000.
Right.
Okay. I'm a cash game player.
Yeah.
You're a cash game player and your lifetime tournament earnings are over 4 million.
Oh, there's an outlier there. I cashed for 1.1 in a single event.
There's still another 3 million, dude.
Yeah. Look, you grew up mostly in the LA scene, I assume?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you had a plethora of cash to choose from.
Right.
I started grinding on the East Coast and worked my way west. So, like, for the first 10 years of my career, you just chased EV. Played tournaments, you play cash, you play everything, you know what I mean? But the last 5 to 6 years, I would say, especially since I've gotten more privy to the high stakes scene, I think tournament players and tournaments in general have just matured in a way that you need to be studying, you need to be trying, you need a wide breadth of knowledge, and I have a very singular focus, I would say, being deep stack cash.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the days of me making WSOP final tables and playing 50 events in the schedule, like, they're gone.
Isn't it funny how back in the day, and I remember having Jesse Sylvia on my podcast way back when he made the final table, and there was a stigma like tournament donks.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're good at one thing, cool. Yeah. Cash game players have to be good at so many different things, and here you're saying like, no, if you want to be good at tournaments, you have to be good at an array of things, and cash game is kind of singular.
Yeah,
it's the opposite.
I think that there's been a lot of debate about this, and I would say most people having the conversation are just totally missing the mark, in the sense that it's not one or the other. Like, both players in both realms are very specific to the skill sets, and you know, I like to compare it to linear versus vertical. You know, like, as a cash game player, you have, I don't want to use the word singular, but it's like it's a very deep, in-depth study of a pretty structured thing. You know, you're gonna play pre-flop at certain depths, you're gonna play flop turns and rivers at different SPRs, whatever. But you have to get good at all the things that come with playing, you know, river spots where the SPR is.
SPR, by the way, is stack to pot ratio, everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
But you know, where you're like 4 pots deep versus like 40 pots deep.
Yeah, totally.
And that's a big difference.
But I guess in a cash game, though, for the most part, obviously you get some variation, but for the most part,
we're somewhere between 80 big blinds and 450 big blinds deep. You're not dealing with like, oh, there's a 22 big blind stack.
Right.
There's a 60 big blind stack. Oh, there's a pay jump.
Yeah, and I think all this shows in like when Squid Game format came out, because it creates a bit of a tournament dynamic. There's a lot of varying stacks. People go broke, they rebuy for the minimum. And to be quite frank, cash game players, at least early on, were awful at adjusting to Squid. And with tournament players, it's not that they're not great poker players, they absolutely are, but they have a breadth of knowledge. They know what to do off of 5 blinds, 10 blinds, 12 blinds, and the varying different formations that can accumulate at any juncture, right? For us, it's just like very static, but there's a lot of options.
Right.
The tree really branches at depth.
I mean,
So,
I've always pointed that out in like the main event, where I'm like, I feel like cash game players have a distinct advantage. Maybe advantage isn't the right word, but they're in their comfort zone days 1, 2, and 3.
yeah.
And then by the time, if you do make it, if you get past the landmines and you make it in day 4 and day 5, where the average stack is 35, 40 big blinds, suddenly, if you're not well versed in that, you suddenly are taking the worst of it.
Well, especially if you believe in the ICM model at all.
Right.
Like, you could still be playing like really good poker at 50 bigs effective as a cash game guy, but you could be torching it according to the model,
Yeah, absolutely. And I
don't want to waste my time learning.
No. We can go down. Listen, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
You and I have had many conversations. I've had you on my other podcast called Under the Gun, where we got into it deep. And to this day, by the way, and I had over 200 podcasts. One of my favorite ones.
Oh,
because you were just so real, and you laid it out there, and
that was one of my first ones.
Yeah. Well, I feel like your story is, it's so poignant and so honest, and I just think about how you grew up and all the tough times you had to go through and the adversity you had to overcome to achieve what you've achieved. It is pretty amazing.
Thank you.
But anyway, I digress. I wanted to move on here. So there was a point, though, like 2010, you made a deep run in the main event.
Yep.
Like mid-2000s, you win an ARIA super high roller. There was a point where it looked like you might be the next great tournament guy.
Well, I think that might just be a little overstated.
Okay. Maybe a little. Maybe like there was a short-term variance, but I'm saying there was a point there where it looked like you were at least taking it seriously.
We are back. Magic Monday continues, and three-handed we are. Three-handed we have been. I want to say for one of the only times I've ever seen it in the existence of all these shows, we went an entire level without losing a player.
Yeah, that's very hard to do.
It's online.
Online poker, an hour of online poker, that's hard to do. Hats off to these three that accomplished it. As your reward for making it through that hour with not too much action, how about we give away another ticket, David? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's just see if Zuck calls us. Don't think they will, based on their recent folding history.
No, they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it. Lime, is the keyword ready for the giving away purposes? Is the keyword ready? It's ready and waiting. This is very exciting. Easy to guess. We like easy to guess keywords.
What are we giving away?
Honor of what we've witnessed. To win a $109 ticket, David.
Awesome.
A $109 ticket. Oh, yeah. One person will be randomly selected. You must be on Twitch to play. YouTube chat won't work because there's software on Twitch. All you need to do is type in the keyword three-handed. The number 3, handed. Three-handed, because that's all we've done. Three-handed magic. 3 is the magic number. 4 Magic Mondays. So there you go.
You'll see the blue handshake next to Fileborg. That indicates that they are ready to talk a deal. Mm-hmm. If all 3 players get the blue handshake, then we stop the game. They discuss deal. But that has not happened as of yet. Zook the 5th, all in. There's a call. Well, actually, an all in over the top. Queen 7 out of the way. And can the 3s be defeated by the King Queen? Oh, we've got an open in this straight draw. There's a queen. We're heads up. Wow.
We did it. Everyone typing three-handed finally ended three-handed.
Zook the fifth has no longer with us. And look at this $1,000 bounty. File
Three-handed ends with a big one.
Oh, that is huge. Zook the fifth. Another great day there, by the way. It looks they won a tournament a week ago. They finished third today. Their biggest score, by the way, ever, I believe. Fileborg ended up earning, when it was all said and done, well over $5,000 for their third place finish. Congratulations. And we are heads up. Exciting news here. Fileborg, a sizable chip lead, about a 3-1 chip lead over Yakari.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Yukari was the chip leader, I think, at the start of the final table, and amassed a massive chip lead, then took some blows. Now, obviously, they're the short stack here, but Fileborg hasn't been that aggressive. So we'll see if they can change their game a little bit in the heads up, because Yukari, we know, can be aggressive. So let's see.
Yep. Yukari Push, by the way, and Fileborg, neither one of them has had a ton of success as of late. But as we pointed out, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And both these players now guaranteed well over $6,000.
Somebody's about to win a $109 ticket, David Tuckman.
Oh, let's do it. I love that.
Who is it?
Is it me?
Who is it, gods of randomness? No, it's not. It's not now, 62.
Not Nick, not now. Okay, I want to hear wins, okay?
When am I going to tell you who's won then? Oh, we got all in the call.
Oh.
It's all happening.
Pair jacks, trip jacks. Oh my gosh. Yakari all in with the queen jack, gets lucky, hits one jack, then two jacks, then doubles up. And remember that 3-1 chip lead? Well, that's gone.
It's gone, baby.
We are basically even.
We are.
Fileborg just slight chip lead. So who won?
Okay, do you want the contest winner?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not now.
Nick, I've had enough of this. Okay, I don't want to. I mean, the shows we're two breaks in. Enough of the nonsense. Who won the $109 ticket?
Not now.
Lime. That's it. It's my last show. I can't work with Nick anymore if he's going to do this.
Okay, well.
Who won?
Not now.
Nick.
David.
I demand you tell me who won now.
Okay, for the last time. Not now. 62 won the giveaway. Well done to them. Fabulous stuff.
We could do this all day.
Yeah, can they win each week? Because then at least we've got content.
Well done. Well done. Not now. Congratulations. You just won a $109 ticket. We still have one more to give away and then two at the end of the show.
I've probably told you this before, but there was a very prominent tournament player on a different website that I did some online shows through years ago called Me. And
what was it?
Me. Me.
I'm me. Me. I get it.
And me and Joe Stapleton did that bit for hours. Who's third on the leaderboard? Me. You're not even playing the tournaments, Joe. Etc. Etc. Etc.
Yeah. It never gets old.
Never gets old.
Not now, by the way. Actually, you shouldn't do this now. Unblock your whispers so Lime Ricky can message you and make sure that you get your ticket now. Get it?
That's not now.
Right.
Yeah. You're talking to.
Yes.
Cool.
Gut shot does not get there. Pair of kings for Fileborg. On this run out. Not really much reason for Yakari to bet this.
No, unless you're trying to get another ace off, I suppose, but you're not going to, so.
No, yeah.
So, quick check-in. Who's still in the free roll?
And how many players are left?
Yeah, because we can't be too far away from the end of that one.
Yeah. I'm loving it.
Still in, you're
free
doing very
roller
well.
roll call. Don Cemente says, is Aaron Barone still in this? No, he got knocked out last week.
He's not. No.
Unfortunately
he did
for him.
very poorly on the final table, Don.
Yeah, I mean, no fault of his own. He picked up queens against Yukari's ace king, and he wasn't very good at winning that flip, and that was the end of him.
Look at this. Our chat is crushing the free roll. Jamogi's in 40th. 22 Zoro's in 32nd. Bougie has got them all in a false sense of security, 172nd out of 172. Parabellum's in 147th. And Stevie the Chef's in 19th. Well done, everyone. Get it. Only 170 left.
That is amazing. Just week after week, our chat crushes the free roll.
Crush the free roll. It's very cool.
I mean, how demoralizing you must be if you play the free roll and you're not in our chat.
Well, first of all, you're missing the greatest poker web stream on a Monday, obviously. And second of all, you're up against it, aren't you? You're going to lose.
You're drawing dead. Thran Glenn has been out. Not Now has unlocked his whispers. Thank you for letting us know. Not Now. Lime, do your thing.
Do the prize giving.
Yeah, that's her thing.
Fileborge has a hand with a name, 10-4.
What's the name?
I can't remember.
Is it Over and Out?
Is it the Montana Banana? Is that 10-4?
10-4 Over and Out.
Over and Out, yeah.
Oh. Lorrater is out. 10s versus Queen 10. That's no good.
Oh my God, AI, you suck. How are you going to take over anything? This is literally Gemini AI, like Google's AI. In Texas Hold'em, 10-4 refers to the starting hand of a 10 and a 4, often called the Doyle Brunson, which you won the main event with twice. You absolute moron. Artificial no intelligence. You're not going to run shit, you idiot.
You know, it's... So my wife's a school teacher, and, you know... She heads up the literacy department. Now, she does teach elementary kids, but she does get a lot of times some of the high school English teachers will reach out to her to kind of chat, and they talk shop. And it is amazing at how many high school students are now submitting papers that were clearly written by AI. And then but it's like the kids are basically using stuff like that. Like, okay, not only using AI, but you didn't even check it. This is terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do your homework in 8 seconds and then you can just go and play.
Yeah, but I mean, take 18 seconds and at least just change a couple of words so at least it's your own.
Fox Force, yeah, I know it was 10-2. That was my point. Like, Google's AI thinks it was 10-4. Imagine if it's making that level of error on everything.
Right.
That's like it's out by 100% on one of the two numbers.
And this is Google.
This is Google.
I mean, Google's $1 trillion company.
Exactly. And Google gets all the answers to our Lot and Things questions wrong as well.
You know what? I mean, I'm starting to think. I mean, throughout the last couple of years while we've done this show, we've always kind of been like, well, it doesn't matter what Google thinks. It's whatever we think, right? The actual answer is meaningless.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to think that Google's wrong anyway. Always.
Yeah, it does look that way. It does look that way.
This is terrible.
I think over a series of a few years of Magic Mondays, we've proved that Google is basically wrong.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn about the important things in life, you come to Magic Monday, you leave wiser.
Yeah. Nick, speaking of Nick thinks and Lawden thinks, I was thinking, why not play the game? Give away one more ticket.
Well, why not indeed?
I mean, we're heads up.
We're heads up. Let's do it.
Okay.
$109 ticket to be won. One guess per play. You're trying to guess what I think, what I will think the answer is to the question David asked me. As discussed, don't use AI or Google. They're useless. We've approved that. One guess per player, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. David, what is the question?
Well, I had a question about polo, but I thought it was too posh. Then I had a question about avocado, also too posh.
Too posh.
All right. Private jets was another one I was going to go with.
No,
I'll save it for another day because private. So I decided.
This is an elitist show. We need to change that image.
Right. So instead, I decided we're going with a poor question, and I'm going to go here. In the United States, poor or low income is generally defined by household's income falling below the poverty threshold. Okay?
Okay.
What is the current poverty threshold for a family of 4 in the United States?
In terms of household income in a year?
Yes. Household income for a family of 4 in the United States. So USD, we're talking US dollars right now. What would be the threshold for poverty? How much money for a family of 4 in the United States?
God.
I know. It's really hard because, see, Nick is really posh. So the answer's probably going to be like, I don't know, what, $400,000?
I'm trying. How much would I struggle on? 400, 450.
I mean,
ballpark.
If I only had 400,000, the private jets would be tough. That sounds like poverty.
I know what the minimum wage is, so it's going to be less than that, isn't it? In terms of poverty.
This is the other thing about this show and this game we always play. Nick and I will genuinely always try to get the answer right. It doesn't mean we're going to be close, by the way. We could be woefully off the Google answer, although we've already pointed out that Google knows nothing.
This is going to be woefully off.
The fact that you all know that Nick is incredibly posh, I hope influences your answer.
I don't know, what is that based on? I thought I was a man of the people.
Buddy, you are many things. I don't know anybody's. No.
Oh.
You are many wonderful things, by the way.
Thank you.
But a man of the people is not one of them.
Man of the people. Very, very good. As far as I can understand myself.
Yeah, we've got nut no pair versus a flush draw. It is. We're virtually tied here, by the way. It's like 35 big blinds to 35 big blinds. Very fluid situation. Anybody's tournament. Interestingly enough, that Feilborg was ready to talk deal when they were 3-handed, but heads up, no deal. By the way, whoever that was who was upset with our golf question because it was too posh, I hope you're happy. This is for you.
This is for you.
Yep. Next week, I'm talking polo. Would polo is
how many
the
ponies do you
sport?
need to have a successful polo team?
Yeah. I mean, is there any sport more posh than polo?
No, that is the most posh sport because it's the barrier to entry is so high. Like just to field a team, you need an unbelievable amount of money.
Right? Like how many kids are like, you imagine your kid being like, I want to play cricket. I want to play football. Right? I want to play basketball. Okay. I want to play polo, Dad. What? Do a lot of your friends have horses?
Yeah.
We could get them all together and go to the field.
You said I should follow my dreams.
Right. Gosh.
No movement in this heads-up match. Equal stacks. Not too many big pots either.
COL009 says, can we have a British question? We have British questions all the time.
What does it matter? What does it matter? It's not... People don't understand this contest, even after years. It doesn't matter if you know the topic. Well, it's got nothing to do with it.
Right.
Like, I'm from Britain. I don't know what the poverty threshold is in America.
But I mean, but you're
what I think.
Right, but Nick's an intelligent person, so he can probably kind of like sort of figure it out. Parabellum says that fencing is more posh. I disagree.
You can kind of have a go at fencing, though. You just get like a broom or something, can't you?
My kids, we have chopsticks in the house. You know, we have, and my kids will fence all the time with chopsticks.
I think this is a British question because it's literally what does a British person think the poverty threshold is for a family of 4? That is a British question.
Yes.
Dire Shin says, not a single person in the world understands Loudon Thinks, which makes it even better.
Makes it even better.
Fox Force says, is the question about a golf playing household? Yes, it is.
What's the point threshold for a golf playing household that's a member of a country club?
Be like, this is great. Magic Monday, getting more magical
Getting
magical
magical.
by the minute. Magicer?
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Heads up still, and anybody's tournament.
Yeah, no
Back
deal.
in-
They're playing for about $1,600. Have we had the $500 bounty that was in the wild? I can't remember.
Ooh, yes, Aaron Baroni.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. So we have had the big one. So they're just playing for $1,600, but still quite a lot. It's a $109 buy-in tournament.
Yeah, the winner of this heads-up battle does get to keep both bounties. Contest is closed, by the way. Fileborg had a lot of outs. That was one of them.
Seriously, how can Dire Straits? How can anyone not like Loudon Thinks? It's awesome. It's so fun.
Yeah.
How can you not like Loudon Thinks? Everyone likes Loudon Thinks, apart from Dire Straits.
Look at that. So Yukari actually turns the pair of fours into a bluff. And Fileborg called about as quickly as you can. And now back up to a little bit more than a 2-1 chip lead with the King Jack.
Yeah, Yukari doesn't have to start shoving. They can if they want with 15 big blinds.
Yeah, no, I mean, you imagine the chips will go in at some point. This is what you want to avoid. You want to avoid raise and then folding. It's why on this particular stack depth, you do want to probably have a limping range on the button.
Mm. King 5 good for a shove.
Yeah.
We're in that heads-up match territory where we could be one hand away at all times now.
Absolutely. Fileborg just folding the button a couple of times there, waiting for better spots. Chips could go in here. Just a raise and a call. Okay. We're playing nice.
Brent, the thing is, we've lost faith that the chips will go in at some point because three-handed they just didn't go in.
Right.
So we have to retell ourselves that they are going to go in at some point.
I mean, we are a huge dog to make the third break. I'll say that.
you would think, but
I mean, the blinds go up a couple of times between now and then, and there's about 60 big blinds in play. So,
this is our life now, says X-Mercer. That's absolutely right.
hey, how many
people
players go? I was going to say we're on the same exact thing.
Yeah,
how many
it's the
players
exact
left in the
same
free roll?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Any of our? Do we have anybody making a run? The Crazy Scotsman says, is Loudon a person? Actually, they are. The game was invented by apparently a person named Loudon.
Johnny Loudon was a poker player in the early 2000s, maybe?
Yeah, it feels like right. Yeah, and he used to play the game. I mean, like Antonio Esfandiari, Phil Locke used to play this game.
For some reason, they picked him.
To be the
Like,
brain.
they literally started at a poker table where they picked him because no one could, because they were trying to guess what he would say the answer was to something. I don't know why it caught on. Okay, so 22 Zorro is 21st in the free roll. Nice. And Jamogi's
Wow.
58th. Bougie's out. Bad luck, but good run into the money. How many players have we got left?
So we're under 100 left in the free roll. This is great. Go
Very
get
exciting.
it.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I believe from legend, I think that it was like Johnny was just his answers were just so crazy. The fact that
Or he had a reputation for having odd opinions or something, or whatever. And I don't think he said very much, right?
well, no, because I think he was from Norway.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
remember him.
and so they would ask him questions where like he was like they'd ask him questions about something about America, and he would have So you had to kind of guess what he would be thinking, being Norwegian,
Right.
which made it really fun. Top pair there, and sizable now, a 4-1 ship lead.
Yeah, Yukari needs the double here. It's
Yeah.
going to be hard to chip back into this.
Dire Restraint says no one knows why it caught on. I mean, it's just a fun game, and when you're at the poker table for hours on end, you're coming up with ways to kind of keep it fun and keep it social. And it was just
Yeah, exactly.
kind of a fun way to do it. Pair of 9s here for Yukari.
Poker players play it a lot in restaurants and bars as well. Like how many push-ups does the waitress think you can do or whatever? Like, it's just a fun game.
Yeah.
It's a super cool game.
9s are good. No chips in there, though. Yukari going to go for a little bit of value here? No, wow, checking it back.
Hard when you got 11 big blinds. Hard to stay on the front foot.
Hey, can you imagine Johnny Lawden, like, any idea, like, the game still exists and it's played by so many?
Yeah, I wonder. I haven't seen him
No, I mean,
at a poker tournament or anything for years and years and years. So I don't know if he still plays or what he's doing.
imagine thinking like throughout your life, like, hey, so what do you want to accomplish in life, and what are you looking to do, and all these different things, and you're like, and that's how you like that's your lasting legacy. Straight draw here for Feilborg. King Queen is still good. Yukari not going to see a river. Does let that one go.
They've gone pretty cold decked at the worst possible time here. Just looking for any kind of starting hand where they can double.
Yeah. Feilborg limping in. Yukari moving all in, taking it down.
Yeah, we're heads up. Queen's good enough on the button.
Any queen.
Any queen. You don't have to shove there, but like, why not?
Why not indeed? And more folds than I've ever seen heads up.
Yeah, I mean, the players are getting dealt junk.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 8 deuce, 9-3. No, absolutely. Couple of suited connectors. You could see the chips go in here. Nope, just a check and a call. Pair of 6s.
Curry's just got nothing going on here, and
No, so backdoor equity, but you can find a better spot than that. And still a 4-1 chip lead for Feilborg. Ooh, King 10, Ace 7. The chips have to go in here, I imagine.
they shove Queen Deuce, so you'd expect them to shove, and now they just limp.
Yeah, limp. There's a shove. There's a call off. King 10, Ace 7. There's a king, though, but a flush draw. Ace, a club ends it. And it's the 4 of clubs, and it's over.
Wow. What a sick run out.
Yep. Oh, it's such a sick flop. I mean, top pair versus the nut flush draw. And Feilborg, when it's all said and done, does win it, wins the final 2 bounties. One's worth $140, and the other one... worth another $140, so $280 on top. They won the $1,000 bounty earlier on. All in, Feilborg has won about $2,000. I mean, sorry, $10,000. I was going to say 2,000 now. Yeah.
10,000 is a nice return, isn't it? Fantastic. $109 buy-in. Well done, them.
Yeah, Yukari wins over 6,000 for second place, and a great run for them. And with that, let's award some tickets, Nick.
Let's do it. You asked me a question. What was it again?
I asked the most posh man I know, What is the poverty line here in the United States? What was your answer, and how'd you come up with it?
Yeah, I had no idea. Obviously, poverty threshold is going to be a deliberately low sum of money because it's going to be qualifying for different things, isn't it? I worked out that on the minimum wage, you're roughly on 16,000 a year. And so I thought it's going to be one income, isn't it, to be below the poverty line. So I went a bit below the 16,000 that you'll be on minimum wage. And so the number I pulled out of my arse for this one, David Tuckman, was $12,500.
And according to my records right here, that is the exact right answer. It's unbelievable. Week in and week out, Nick knows what Nick thinks.
I know what I think.
It is uncanny. 12,500 is the answer, right?
Yeah, and we got one ticket, and one person got it exactly right. Exactly on the money, literally the money, because it's a dollar figure. And that person is Daniel Lepore.
That is scary. Daniel Lepore, get out of Nick's brain. Unbelievable. Daniel Lepore, you just won a $109 ticket. Congratulations to all of you who won $109 tickets. Congratulations. Make sure your whispers are not set to private so Lime Ricky can get you your ticket. And with that, we have the most amazing 2, 3, 5 minutes of content ever. It is the Wheel of Justice, folks.
Here we go. All that three-handed poker where nothing was happening is worth it now, because we are going to enjoy the most magical piece of poker media ever invented. The Wheel of Justice never lies. It only finds good people who have won. If your name's not up there and you'd like it up there next week, you need to redeem 4,000 Twitch points before the show. But for now,
spin the wheel!
That's very loud. Very loud. Well done. The winner is Zubitis.
Yes.
Zubitis. Zubietis. Zubitis.
It's one of those four. If you are one of those four names, you have just won a $109 ticket. If you're here and you are here, well done. Zubiabidibias. Well done to you.
A huge
Let's
prize.
spin the wheel again.
Let's do it. See how fast the bastard turns. He only lands on people that have been good during the week. I hope that's you. It is Play with Heart. Play with Heart. Are you here? Play with a heart. Don't play with our heart. Put us out of our misery. Woohoo is correct. Play with Heart. Woohoo indeed. You've won the Wheel of Justice. Congratulations.
I listen, I want to just say from the bottom of my heart, I love you all in the chat. The fact that we did not have to do 11 respins today is thank you. Really, thank you.
Yeah, good time.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. Perfect.
As always, congratulations to our winners. If you didn't win today, come back next week. We've got more giveaways. We've got another free roll for you, more antics, more three-handed play next week as well. Congratulations to our big winner, Fileborg. Over $10,000 for first place. For Nick, for me, for everybody here. For, of course, Lime Ricky. Thank you so much. Good night. We'll see you next week.
Good night.